It's a fucking First Amendment, not a fucking maybe. Stop fucking acting like a fucking little fucking baby. I'm filing fucking corners just to see what's fucking hidden. In this fucking land where the fucking truth's forbidden. So fuck the fucking fuckers and their fucking power trip. I'm sinking every fucking hole in their fucking shit. Consider saying fucking media, the fucking name is fucking dragging every fucking coward in the fucking shame. Fucking fuck it, fucking fuck them, fucking fuck the lot. I'm the fucking only one who hasn't fucking fucked God. You wanna fucking trespass me the fucking public floor? I'll bring a fucking camera and a fucking 1,000 more. It's a fucking civil rights violation. Fucking plain as day, so take your fucking ego and just fucking walk away. You fucking got a fucking video, you fucking clown. I'm fucking here to tear your fucking velvet curtain down. It's a fucking Goonie, it's a fucking right, it's fucking real. I don't fucking give a fuck how you fucking feel. Fucking accountability. Fucking transparency. Fucking litigation. Fucking information. Fucking. And if the word fuck makes your sensitive ears hurt, fuck your feelers too.
Oh, snap.
Oh, shit. Oh, guys, so we're in Aguilar here for our first meeting.
Evening, Savage.
What's up, Savage? What's up, you people?
What's up, buddy?
We're going to get to Rocky Ford after Aguilar. So we are patiently waiting for the Aguilar meeting to start. So we'll see how that goes. Maybe they'll be on time, maybe not. So far, we're just waiting. So we'll see what happens. They're going to hire a marshal in Aguilar tonight, maybe, possibly. Get some law and order around there, right? Get some law and order. I did notice though, there's no public comment. They don't want to hear from you guys. Just shut up and sit down. They have guests, but no public comment. Yeah. You're muted, you people. It's a regular board meeting. So should be public comment, but there's not. It's an Aguilar thing, is what I'm told. I don't know.
Well, that's what I've been told. So who's Greg Hunter? Do we know who Greg Hunter is?
He's the new town marshal, code enforcement and building inspector. Nobody else wants to wear that many hats in that town. So
I wonder how much they're going to pay him.
$12.48 an hour plus tips. I don't know. What's the fire truck about?
I don't know. Maybe a new place to store the fire truck. So maybe they're thinking about putting the fire truck in the museum.
Oh wow, how thoughtful that would be. Put the old fire truck in the museum where people could admire its antiquity.
I mean, it would be better than some shed somewhere.
Right? Yeah. I don't. I mean, yeah, it'd be cool to see it in the museum, or yeah, near something to do with the museum, maybe. Hmm. It is cool a fire truck if they can, but the
Well, I
Heritage
mean,
Center
things
is going
must
to
be
be
going
open.
really good. I mean, things must be going really good. That's all I got to say.
They got money. They're not broke no more. They're not broke no more.
Well, I don't know how that's possible with Stephanie's pay there. On top of now the new office person. Um, what was it? 18 an hour?
1850.
18.50 an hour. And now they've got utility worker interviews. So they're bringing in utility workers. What's going on, Kim? Uh, yeah, it seems like Aguilar is picking up, despite all the messed up information that comes out of there. I wonder how they're pulling it off.
Maybe they're sending it through Stephanie's pay. I honestly don't know. I mean, how do you go from making $16 an hour to making 30, right? And being one of the highest paid clerks in the entire state when you're supposed to be set up to base the pay based off of the amount of people that live within the town. Somebody could explain it to me, please. I'd love to hear it.
Well,
I'm
you'd hope making that kind of money, you'd at least be able to uh, like start the meeting on time. Like we're still waiting, guys. We're just like waiting for the host to. They know we're here, but
I wonder if we're not being let in because of our names.
I don't know. I doubt it. What's up, Angie? Good to see you.
Angie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Savage, Angie, what's going on, Kim? How you all doing?
Yeah, I don't know what they got going. We're waiting. We'll give them a little bit. They're slow. We can't blame it on them. There's something in the water. So just be patient with us, and we'll be patient with them.
Do we have to be patient with them?
Well, you could give a primer on what's going on in the meeting after this, because I'm sure there's a few people here that are going to want to stay through this meeting and into the next, right?
Well, I mean, we've got Rocky Ford coming up next, and that should be one hell of a show.
Well, yeah, I hear there's some fuckery going on over there today. I had a secret little birdie tell me. Flew over on my shoulder and said, "Hey, it's gonna be fun."
There's a whole bunch of muckery going on over there.
Yeah. And I heard on Gary Reed's morning show that they're trying to get Nick and Thomas out of their respective positions on the council and with the library and with the museum as well. So,
Well, if memory serves, I believe Nick with the tree. I guess he's got some kind of tree thing, and the library, and then Mr. Mullins with the museum.
the tree board, it's called, yeah. So, I don't know what'll happen. We'll see what happens in Rocky Ford. They got a couple things on the agenda.
You know, I got to be honest with you. I think that's interesting because if memory serves, there was a board member that used to sit on the board at Rocky Ford who attacked a pregnant girl, caused her to have a miscarriage when he beat on her. And he still, as of today, as far as we know, allegedly is serving on the Chamber of Commerce board for the Gobin Center. The mayor pro tem, Nicole, was charged with harassment and disorderly conduct. If memory serves, we have the court dates for her, and yet she's still serving not only on the board with the rest of the council, but she's still serving on the board over at the Chamber of Commerce as well. You know, it's funny that they talk about removing people from these positions, yet the people that are doing the same types of things that should be removed aren't being removed. I guess that double standard is out there.
It's kind of like a two-tier justice system, but better, right? Everything's fixed, John. It's all fixed. No worries.
They must have said sorry.
I'm sure it's no big deal. Aguilar just forgot to broadcast their meeting tonight. They'll say they're sorry. I'm sure whatever Rocky Ford has going on tonight, they'll be sorry too. You know. So that's it. That's all I got to do.
Man.
Be sorry. So it counts. Savage Broadcasting says get them all out.
Are you guys still in the waiting room?
Yep.
Well, if you look, and I don't know if you're looking at what I'm looking at, but it says that it's set for 7 o'clock.
Ours says 4.
That's funny. I'll send you a screenshot.
Well, what time is it where you're at?
7.
There you go. Well, and technically it's 5 o'clock their time. It's 4 o'clock my time. 7 o'clock your time. Oh, they're all sorry, Angie. They're all sorry. They're sorry because they can't get anything done right. They're sorry because they didn't start the meeting when they were supposed to start the meeting.
Man, oh man. What are they gonna do? I think you probably got to call up there, you people, Mr. People.
Yeah.
Mr. People. You might have to call up there and talk to your favorite, You know how it works. We have to do this like every time they have a meeting, it seems like, because they can't do shit.
I thought Sue was supposed
where-
to be there.
where's Sue?
Why don't you,
Sue,
Sue?
don't get fired
Sue.
on your day off. Damn it.
Come on, Sue.
Get him, Sue. Jeez. I guess next meeting we'll just have to show up there.
I think we might. I think we might have to just show up in person. I mean, I'm due for a vacation. It's been a while since I've been in Colorado. Maybe I need to go back.
But what if they tell you you're not from here?
That sounds
Oh.
like a working vacation, sir.
Oh, is it a working vacation?
Sounds that way. What's up,
Oh.
Brandon?
Hi, Brandon.
Brandon.
Yeah. All right. I hear you. I don't think it's the technology in this case, Angie. It's the $30 an hour operator behind the technology. But that's just my opinion.
Maybe
So,
she wasn't happy that I dropped her pay stubs on our page today.
hey Sue, what's happening? If we go like this, all we get is this.
Where's the meeting, Sue? Did they cancel? I thought you were going to be at this one this time. What happened?
The hell? I thought you were going to be there. The mouse under the rug or something, wasn't it? Or the fly on the wall or something, or the pigeon in the sky, or what was you gonna? She was gonna do something. I remember.
Hey, I heard that there's two people running for mayor and a Rock running for mayor, and I heard the Rock is in the lead for the candidate.
Yep. Hashtag winning. Oh my gosh. Well, you better go on the porch and start yelling. This started 15 minutes ago. This is just a bad habit. They're gonna make Mr. People call them or something. I don't know, man. They just like talking to them.
I'm beginning to believe they like talking to me.
He calls them a couple
I think-
times a month, and they're just sweet as pie to that Mr. People.
I think they miss me. I think they miss me.
Yeah, they could miss you. We could maybe we could start a PayPal pool, and they could each put in $100, and we can get them some PR.
Yeah, I mean, we can do a PR fund for them.
Yeah,
They would actually have to talk to us they talk to me, but they don't talk to me, if that makes any sense. They talk to me, but they don't talk to me.
we'll even let them donate anonymously, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you got to fly like first class to get here for sure. I mean, but they'll donate, I think, for sure. They miss you.
Fucking grifter.
First class flight from Arizona to Colorado.
Hey,
Pay
I gotta
for it.
travel in style.
You people used to work for that town almost, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of, sort of. I got some good views of their water system. Telling you. should listen to anybody, you should listen to me. That water system is shit.
Tell us how you really feel about it.
Well, I mean, tonight they were supposed to talk about a new Crumpwell
They were getting a Marshall
flow
tonight.
meter.
Guys. What the hell? Public comment, no public comment, no Marshall. What's going on?
I don't know, but John, are you signed in?
Yes, I am.
Okay. We got GCM signed in. I'm signed in over here. And then I've got Jim Stone signed in, and he's not getting no play either.
I kind of know why they're probably not going to let me in.
Hey, Brandon, you remember Liberty Bird? You remember him? Because it's kind of an inside outside joke. Tyra paid Liberty Bird into his PayPal pool for some PR. By PR, it was for Bird to come give me a good old Christian ass whooping. So, I mean, if they'd pay Bird, they'd pay us, right? Yes, sir. Oh shit! Yeah, I don't know. They might have just said fuck it. They're not gonna do a Zoom tonight, even though.
Well, I mean, maybe they don't want the people knowing what's going on, because we all know nobody shows up to those meetings, so they can just do whatever the hell they want.
And the town's business ain't the town's business. So.
Well, and it especially isn't anybody else's business, apparently.
Well, you know, the good news is at least you showed that there's retaliation going on. I mean, it is against the people of the town, but the retaliation's there. You know, speak up. We'll beat the shit out of you.
Yeah, just a YouTuber from up north. It was funny, dude. Like, we got the receipts and everything, and we're paying this guy. It was hilarious. Paid from the town administrator to a YouTuber to try to defame us, and yeah. It's just good PR, you know? Good PR. That's what it takes. As long as the PayPal pools for some PR, it's safe. And if anybody can bring them some PR, to you people. I think he's proven that. But first class flights only, tell him. Yeah, nothing, man.
Don't pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Well, that's one meeting less than we have to deal with, I suppose.
Well, I guess the good news is that we can bounce out of here if and when they do or don't let us in, and we can get to our favorite place, which is Rocky Food. I can't wait to get over there.
I wonder if Batman's coming.
Man, I hope so. I think we should send up the bat signal.
Right. It'd be real fucked up if Super Cunt showed up. They've got nothing else to do. Yeah, it's all right. Like I say, I was
What?
kind of
What?
curious
Hold
about
on.
the Marshall.
What? What? I was very curious about the Marshall. What's this that you posted 3 hours ago? The Huffmans are trying to take private parking off of the street.
Oh, they are breaking the law, but it doesn't matter. They do what they want. You know, there's the food box giveaway right next door to them, and so now they go out there with that sawhorse and the sign, and they block the public street and say Huffman's parking or whatever the fuck they say, and just assume that they own the street there and nobody can park there. I hope somebody shits on their steps, to be honest, but what you know.
Well, what kind of fucking customers go over there? Because
Right.
all the time that I lived over there, I barely saw a customer.
It's not for customers. It's because the food box people are inconvenience to them, right?
Oh,
Yeah, the less than fortunate, right? You don't see them over there getting a food box. They don't need it, you know. But all those pesky little fuckers that do bother them. So they figure if we put up signs, we can just keep them out. We'll block them right off the public street.
right.
Yeah. Yep. And nobody's gonna do shit to him. I mean, he's the old judge. He knows the law. You know. I mean, how does that work? How does he claim ignorance of the law when he was the traffic court judge there for what 8 years or some shit? You know, and
That dude doesn't. Dude,
he's
he doesn't.
blocking traffic, dude. You can't do that.
He doesn't know his ass from his elbow. Just
Yeah.
my opinion. The guy's a fucking clown. Bag of trash. Just like his little old lady. Just like his kid. The same one that was charged with crimes for stealing in the same town. We all know that the apple don't fall too far from the tree.
Yeah. Yeah. That was on. I put that over on the Aguilar Facebook page because I just thought that needed to be seen by the world. Because what a bunch of fucking assholes, dude. And like I say, in my opinion, it's only just because those people are getting food boxes. It ain't there any other day of the fucking week, you know? But here somebody's trying to help the community, and these fucking holes decide, well, let's do what we can to obstruct it, you know? Just fucking trash, dude.
Yeah, and it's not like you can call the Los Angeles sheriff because
Right.
I'm sure that there'll be some kind of intergovernmental agreement
Yeah.
that would be a problem for them to enforce the actual fucking law.
Yeah. And there ain't no donut shops in Aguilar, so it's hard to even get them there. You know? Fucking hell. They won't drink the Aguilar water, so they
Funny,
won't
Brandon.
come for coffee. So it's hard to get cops into that town. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I can just see it now. Poor Greg is gonna have some fun, man. Runs in code. What's up, bro?
What's up, brother?
Hey, FIC, how you doing, bro?
Oh, friends in code, can you fix it? They're having some difficulties, I suppose. It was supposed to start about a half hour ago. Just playing. But
Well, I mean, now I'm trying to figure out what time they're actually going off of because the agenda says 5.
well, it's after 5. It's 5:26 here. So agenda said 5. This screen says 4. and they still haven't started. So I don't know what the hell they're doing. No public comment either way. You bet your ass
Did
on
they
that.
change their clocks yet? Maybe their clock is still behind.
You know, and it's funny too because even if you could do a public comment, if you're on Zoom, they won't allow you to speak from Zoom, which is insane to me because again, anybody that sits on that Zoom has the ability to speak it during the public comment time, just like the people that are inside the room. But yet, again, this is what we deal with.
Well, I can't wait to see this whole election go through and see the results. Not that I'm going to be surprised because, you know, if they're putting out the documents like they're putting out now, there ain't no stopping them from forging the election documents and sending those in.
Well, you know, and that's kind of it's funny that you bring that up because you know the mayor used 200 and some odd mailers that went out for utility bills, and inside the mailer, she's talking about people having to make sure that they vote during the election. So essentially, the mayor should be taken out of the running right from the rip because she's electioneering using the town's money. But you know, that's just an opinion.
Well, isn't she
Maybe,
allowed to do that? I mean, she runs things.
Right.
And
well,
if she ain't getting
maybe,
paid,
Runs
she
the
ain't
whole
doing
town.
it.
The whole town. She runs it.
and maybe we can get the Colorado Municipal League to get off their ass and maybe do something about this because you know they all keep saying that they don't have any enforcement powers, right? Well, I would think that they would, but you know, hey, what do I know? I mean, this is an election year, and I mean, these people are literally trying to bypass using taxpayer money to fund their campaign.
Isn't that the cheapest way, John?
I don't know about you, but I find it amusing that every government agency you go to turns around and says, "I can't help you. I can't help you. I can't help you. I can't help you." But we're paying these pricks to tell us they can't help us.
Well, again, I mean that's where I go back to no representation. So why are the people paying taxes in Colorado? Where are those taxes going? Because they don't go directly to the town. All the taxes that people pay go into the state of Colorado, and then the state of Colorado doles out the tax money to these towns, right? So, I mean, why can't the state of Colorado do something? Why can't the government agencies of Colorado do something? But if you can't do something, then what the fuck am I paying taxes for?
I would have to agree with that statement. You're not wrong. And again, it's one of those things that no matter no matter where you go, no matter what you say, no matter what you do, they all give you the same runaround. They put you off to somebody else. I mean, if I remember correctly, at one point they sent us to the Better Business Bureau.
Gotta fix it. They are an enterprise. Just paid for by the people. It's nice.
So,
just like
so are
Rocky.
they?
It's no
Well, are
different.
they?
Rocky
Are they?
Ford charged a franchise fee for everybody in the town. You know, oh, you got to pay the franchise fee so that way we can do Tabor violations with it. Like that's the standard.
No, I think you're thinking of the wrong town. But you know, you may not be wrong here either, because they keep funneling money and commingling money and putting it through the general fund here in Aguilar. So there's quite possible that you're 100% correct, and they violated the Tabor. But you know,
So in essence, they pretty much are admitting that government is a business.
Yeah.
Yeah, and business seems to be good.
And they need more money. Because that's
They
what's,
always need more money.
right. That's what's good about it. As long as people keep consenting to it, then that's all it takes. It's all good. I mean, everybody consents. It's all consensual. If it wasn't consensual, it would probably be a crime, I think, but it's consensual.
Kind of reminds you of the just comply crap that went on about 6 years ago, don't it?
Yeah, just govern me harder, you know? Govern me as hard as you can. I mean, I want to own nothing and be happy, you know? That's the way it should be. Just comply.
Oh,
Yeah,
I gotta say, I'm disappointed. I was all excited to see them get a marshal.
yeah, it was the only part I was
Now,
willing to really pay attention to be honest, but yeah, we're not seeing it. Matter of fact, I suppose we got to pull up the other one here shortly. They might even be going already because they do their work session prior. So we might be able to pull them up. Possibility. Catch them doing their little workshop or something. Man, can't believe they completely stiffed us. I mean, not that nobody cares, you know, nobody cares. So
well, maybe they want us to come back. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're not doing the Zoom because they figure we'll just come back because they miss us. I'm pretty sure they miss us at this point. They just miss us. They want us to come back in.
well, they got to have some kind of audience. I mean, nobody from the town bothered to show up. You know, as long as they don't have Zoom and they don't show up, town's business ain't the town's business. Way I see that they see it.
Well, I got to tell you, I can't wait until Tyra's court date, and then she's added in for all of you that aren't up to date. She's added in a couple more court dates. She said, "I'm going full bore criminal with this, and I'm going to add in a couple of domestic violence or domestic related cases, and some juvenile cases." So it sounds like she's beating on kids now. Maybe,
Yeah,
allegedly, possibly.
She's excited to get her criminal stint started. She's kicking it off. She figured if she can get a record showing she whooped on somebody, maybe that would go a long ways in the penitentiary.
Oh, is she trying to get? She's trying to get her street cred up. That's what it is.
What are you here for? You know, she can't say, "Oh, I was robbing all these taxpayers of their money." You know, that ain't gonna be a good look for her. So she's trying to get her street cred up a little bit. You know, of course she before she gets in there. You know, she got to practice, get her grappling skills down, get the hair pull in, all that shit needs work. You know what I mean? So she just
Well,
got caught though, picked up a couple new charges. So we'll be monitoring those charges on Tyra. And then yeah, she's got court coming up here shortly, guys, next month. So we'll keep you up to date on that too.
I
All
hear
right.
she's gonna try. I hear she's gonna try and plea out. That's what I hear. I hear that there is a plea agreement already in place, and just don't know what the plea is, as far as like the deal that she's gonna take.
Yeah. Or how that goes with the new charges she just copped. So
Right. We got to take that into account now, because now there's extra charges. So
yeah. Yep. It's just the way it goes. It's an Aguilar thing.
it is. It's an Aguilar thing, but I'm telling you, the authorities up in Colorado, I just don't get them. I don't get how they get paid. I don't even understand how they have a job at this point. I mean, come on. It took what, 2.5, 3 years to get Tyra charged, and we all know that she's not. There's more than $26,000 missing. There's more.
Right. That was like the easiest to prove because it was so boldly done, you know. They didn't want to really look into much more now, did they?
I guess not. But then,
Well,
John had an interesting conversation with the CBI, and about other matters about Aguilar, and it's probably going to take them another 3 years to get anything going on in Aguilar. So in the meantime, we've got Stephanie, who's raking in almost anywhere between 5 and 10 grand a month, depending on how much overtime she works, and just milking the town. And then you got another person in there we haven't met. I'm not talking bad about the person, but she's getting paid $18.50 an hour. They were supposed to be bringing in utility workers and a marshal, so they must be doing pretty well. They must be getting things back on track with the whole getting grants and shuffling money here and there and whatnot and so forth. But apparently, John, I mean, to our last investigation, there haven't been any grants, has there?
I'm sorry. You talking Aguilar? Aguilar, there was a $30,000 grant that was attributed to Miss Coca getting, and when we did a record request on it, Miss Coca told me that the money didn't exist, and that the board hadn't voted on the last meeting minutes. I don't know what the meeting minutes have to do with a public record request, but I don't know.
Well, and then we did some digging into DOLA, and DOLA said that no grants have come through them.
Yeah, DOLA said that nothing went through them. USDA says nothing's going through them. I mean, I mean, there's no federal money coming in as far as we can tell. So, who knows? Maybe it came from one of the 9 bank accounts.
Well, I mean, I'm just speculating here, but maybe there's some Jimmy Hoffa money coming in or something, man. Like some shady ass money coming in. Maybe that's it. I mean, I still haven't figured out where they're getting all this money from, but apparently they're getting all this money, and maybe they're bootlegging.
Maybe they went and dug it out of the tunnels.
Oh, right.
Had it stashed away.
I mean, maybe that's where it was.
Yeah. Could be.
Who knows?
Well,
I couldn't tell you.
I can tell you that I've had in the last week, I've had the most interesting conversations over the phone with people in various positions of government that are going to make people's heads spin.
Does it though, John?
You would think
Does
it
it?
does, but you never know.
I mean, to me, it seems like nobody cares. I mean, there's a small population that cares, but for the most part, nobody cares. They like the government on their neck. They like to be governed.
You're not wrong.
We're talking about all of them. It's everywhere. Everywhere, sadly. You want to try to pull that other one up, you people? See if they're kicking. It might be. They start a little early sometimes. Because, yeah, this one was a bust. We were trying to watch Aguilar meeting, but it's a bust. So we're going to move on to the Rocky Ford meeting. See what we can figure out.
Hey, when you get a second, can you send the link to the Zoom for Rockyford?
I don't have Zoom, man. I was just.
I'm working on it. Give me a minute. I'm working on it. Give me a minute. They're not live on Facebook yet, so.
Yeah, it could get heated in there tonight. We'll see. Might be some empty seats after tonight.
Oh. Wow.
Did you break it?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's what counts. Yeah, so what other big news we got out there? Anything new, fun, and exciting happening, or what?
I mean, we got the escape.
Oh, you know, the one that Bent County had to talk about?
Right.
Because of Jakey. That poor guy. I don't understand why everybody picks on him.
That would be poor training.
Yeah, the town of Los Animas, Colorado lost an inmate yesterday, escaped custody. I thought I
In
heard
full
that.
shackles.
Yeah, I thought I heard he was in shackles and cuffs and still managed to evade. Oh, it was kind of comical to me, but I took the advantage to make sure that everybody knew that Jake Six, the law of the land in Bent County, is running unopposed. Not a single person in the whole county is going to run against him. So, I don't know. I hear if you can get out of the town of Los Animas, you're home free. So, I don't know. Just what I heard.
Yeah, I wonder who trained the officers in Los Animas.
I don't know. I don't know. But obviously, they need either more training or better training. They're only a couple days old, though. We'll give them that. They just formed a couple days ago, so this is their first major debacle. I didn't want to beat them up too bad, so that, and I figured the guy could be anywhere in Bent County by that point in time. He'd been on the run for a while. They'd had shit locked down prior to, and they didn't bother telling the public generally. So he could have been anywhere in the county. So I said Bent County and how they needed a new how they need to be on the lookout for a new sheriff. And people took it the wrong way and thought that the sheriff lost the inmate, because the sheriff loses a lot of inmates, guys. So everybody assumed like he lost another one. So everybody was happy to come in and try to defend him. He didn't lose him this time. It's fucking great. What's up, Fat Daddy? Yeah, it's just funny. Oh man, it's just like I say, same shit, different toilet.
Really?
Somebody came in the comments and was defending Jake Six like he's personally showed up on the scene or something. It's like, we know his Cheeto eating ass don't leave his fucking house, dude. You know? Like, well, it wasn't him. It wasn't him. It was this guys, but they treated me decent. Some of the comments were hilarious. One of them said I should run for Bent County Sheriff. It's like they're that uneducated. They don't even realize I live 100 miles away from some random dude on the internet. I can't just show up there and be like, hey, I'm running for sheriff. That would be some crazy shit like Everhart would try to do, you know? Don't even live there, just show up like, I'm running for sheriff, you know? It don't work like that.
Oh, you don't do that? You don't just show up in a place and say, I'm running for sheriff?
Look, we get a PED supporter. We get a PED supporter in the chat.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Fuck.
Oh my God.
I'm not supposed to be telling all the secrets, Fat Daddy. Told you about that.
Yeah, me and Joe Cool, we're working as a tandem.
It's fucking, and you were supposed to have a gag order on that shit. So.
Well, and I laugh because he's way off. I mean, it's 3 letters, but it ain't those 3 letters.
No, now we know he can't keep a secret. We'll just blame Hippie.
Yeah, we'll just blame Hippie. John, remind me to blame Hippie later.
No worries. I'll call him and let him know.
Yeah. I can't believe they just stubbed us on that meeting, man. That's funny.
Well, nobody really operates that thing anymore. So, I mean, was it really that they snubbed us or that they snubbed everybody?
I think they did it to everybody. But I don't know.
I guess that's what happens when you work for the World Journal and you're exposing all
Right.
the dirtiness.
Friendly Code said he'd check, but it ain't worth all that. This ain't worth it. A lot of fires going on around the state right now, though. That shit's crazy. So many fires going on out this way. Not just here, but all around. It's going to be a crazy fucking summer, I think.
Well, and especially with no snowpack or anything like that. I mean, water is going to be kind of scarce, even all the way down here in Arizona. I don't think people are going to realize how much it's going to impact them, but I think we're going to see that that dam drop down and level again.
Leveled out, huh? I don't know. I mean, we don't have no water here, so. We don't have no water here. Everything's dry bone. But what's up, Snark? Good to see you. Yeah, it's pretty dry out here right now.
What's up, Snark and Sass?
Hopefully we get some type of rain. Usually we get rain around now, but we're not getting rain. We didn't get no snow. It's rough. Seems to me, at least. I'm not sure how it's looking up in the high country, but I can believe it. I can believe it, Fabs. I can believe it. Just waiting on this meeting. This guy should be starting on time with this meeting.
We've got about 5 minutes.
Five minutes.
I was not able to get a hold of Batman.
No.
No, I think he's busy.
Well, next closest one I know will be Joe Cool. Joe Cool. He's the next closest thing to a superhero I know. So I don't know.
You know Joe Cool?
You don't know Joe Cool?
Joker's famous.
No, I know Joe Cool. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, he's famous. I don't know how you don't know Joe Cool. He's famous.
I think he's more famous than Batman, but I don't know. It's up in the air. It's up in the air. You know. They've both been around about the same amount of time. So. Yeah, everybody knows Joe Cool. He's famous. Everywhere we go, the cops all know him. He's famous around here. I know that.
And if they don't know him, we make sure that they know him.
And let me never forget it.
Because if you don't know, now you know.
Yeah. Yep. Every cop that don't know Joe Cool, we make sure we tell them who he is, so they can't never forget. But he's probably out piano horn tonight, so it's my guess. Fucking Joe be on our show, like it or not. We're gonna copyright it. We own Joe Cool's laugh. Just in case.
Oh, look, they're launching the meeting.
At
least somebody launches a meeting around here.
Okay. Let's go with the meeting.
And we got trouble. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Sorry, it took me a little while to get back.
She'll miss a meeting with Aguilar, but she won't miss a meeting with Satan.
No, I love Satan. I do. I love to hate him. He hates me as much as I hate him, which is good, but he won't block me, you know. But then he gets butthurt if I do something.
Fucking packed house
Yes.
tonight, boys and girls.
Hey.
Did he leave like in a hurry? Oh.
He wasn't. Is he in three now?
Yeah.
Oh, is that? It is. It's our buddy, the News Weasel.
Oh, no. You guys
Hey,
have better eyes. I can't see
Covering
him.
it. We appreciate you.
Every few years, Justin gets an Easter birthday. His name's birthday the 5th also.
Go, Weasel.
thought.
It's your birthday.
So every few years, they get an Easter birthday.
Is this going to be fun?
Don't want to say 3 years ago.
You guys are
I'm ace to the meeting because there he is.
Other than that, that was one big thing on
You
the
better
road.
raise your hand and be a public speaker there, Mr. Peoples.
Church Newsgate. What? Hagen? That's great. That's awesome.
I said there's a lot to talk about in this meeting tonight, Lori.
That's awesome.
Hey, John. How are you? I didn't even see you.
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you. This should be fun. I'm looking forward to this. Anything happen in the Aguilar meeting I should know about?
Yeah, they didn't open up the Zoom, as far as we can tell.
Oh, those fuckers. All right.
Have you been fishing? Have you been
No,
fishing?
no me.
Oh yeah, up 11 Mile.
Drove up, took the trailer up on Thursday, fished Friday, Saturday, came back Saturday night. Absolutely killed, riding.
Yeah.
Saturday was very tough. Yeah.
11 Mile, the river.
No, I just went to Canyon City.
Okay. Okay, or the river fishing though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. My boys, my grandsons, I took them spring break. First time we just went to the ponds over by the reservoir, not the Valco, the other pond by the fishing or by the swimming. They all limited out, and they probably caught 20 each, but they just kept doing the catch and release. And they had a blast, you know. And then the second day we went to the river, and I wasn't doing too good with my walking on that. It's too uneven. So we went back to the other place. They caught some more, put them back, released, and then took them ice skating. So been busy doing all that. What's that? It was all trout that they caught, but it was different brown rainbows,
Yeah,
But
already down here.
yep. Yeah, we're good.
All right, time is now 6 p.m. I'll call the regular meeting of the Rocky Ford
This
City
meeting is being recorded.
Michelle, will you do our roll call?
Martinez,
Here.
Barone,
Here.
Mullins,
Here.
Mosby,
Here.
Roberts,
Here.
Mayor Goudelet.
Here. You'll all rise. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Councilman Barone, would you do our mission statement, please?
Yes, sir. Mission statement for Rocky Ford is improve the quality of life in the city of Rocky Ford, making it a great place to live and work while strengthening relationships and creating pride in the community.
Thank you. We'll open up to public comment. If anyone would like to address council, please come up to the front. You have 3 minutes.
My name is Gary Reed. This on? So my name is Gary Reed. I think most of you already know me, and Adrian, Gary Reed, just so you can get it straight this time. So I'm a little aggravated. We're still talking, we have another second reading for this legal theft of these funds coming up. And Nicole, I am seriously bummed out with you because you knew when this agreement was made, it had nothing to do with 4% until Dwayne says, well, I want 4% and I'm going to get 4%. So that frustrates me. When it comes up, that needs to be dumped until that 4% is taken off of there. We've been stealing from those funds for years. Now we're going to do it legally, but we don't need that extra 4%. That's just another bunch of money for just to be willy-nilly spent. So unless Dwayne wants to admit here in public, that the rates are going to go up for the citizens of Rocky Ford. How are you going to take money from a fund that is paid for by the citizens of Rocky Ford and yet don't put any money back into it? Anybody? I'll wait. So the next thing, and I'm probably going to get hammered for this. I did read this about the changing people out for these boards. And we have Nick, we have Thomas, which it seems like Dwayne really wants to get rid of Nick and Thomas. He's tried illegally doing it through changing the dates on their terms. And we have an attorney over here that won't seem to, he coddles to Dwayne. And it's frustrating that he won't actually tell Dwayne the truth. And that seems to be with everything here. So 2 weeks ago or two meetings ago, it was, well, like for this 4% or this franchise fee, couple meetings ago, it was, oh, everybody does it. We've heard it so many times, everybody does it. Well, last meeting, we found out from the attorney that, well, no, this is not everybody does it. This is a unique situation. And yeah, it's kind of a gray area, but we're going to do it anyway because he's appeasing to Dwayne. And I get it. Dwayne likes power. He's got it. So anyway, with that being said, back to the board reshuffling. I'm all for board reshuffling. I get it. These two guys, they spend a lot of time, a lot of their own time as volunteers and a lot of their money on these boards. The library, I don't even know how much time Thomas spends on the library board. Same with Nick on the library and the museum board. And the frustrating thing, if you want to shuffle the boards, let's take the king off of Oakley. Let's put Thomas on there because he obviously understands numbers a little better. Let's do that if we want to do some shuffling. Nicole, let's put Nick on the planning commission. If you really want to shuffle without actually causing a problem and making it look like there's a favoritism going on here, then let's do it. But right now, you're just picking on these guys is what's going on. So that's all I have to say.
Thank you for calling out what's been going on in the past and not just what's going on today. Thank you for that.
Any others for public comment? Okay.
My name is James Budnick. On Thursday, I had a customer, an elderly customer of mine. She said that her rates had already gone up for the utility bills. I don't know if this is in reflection to the budget that you're trying to pass with, but she said that they had already gone up, and then she was concerned that they would be going up, increasing more. So it's just a question as to how that's supposed to work for some of the people that I would do work for. They don't have access to automobile or internet, so they can't come to these meetings. So that's the only reason that I'm asking. Thank you.
Thank you.
She was probably referring to the increase that is associated with the loan for the sewer repairs. That is an across the board. Everybody gets it. It was $8 last year. It's going to be $8 this year and $8 every year for the next 3 years till it caps out at $40. And that is an across the board. That is not necessarily a utility increase. That is money that is specifically put in our funds and earmarked to pay a loan, to pay for that repairs. As soon as those repairs are completed and the loan is paid off, that money ceases to be charged any longer. It has a cap and a shelf life.
And I'll also add that increase, the last increase was July 1st of 2025. And then the next one will come up July 1st of 2026.
$8.
$8 each time. So it's $8 now. In July, it will go to 16 total.
Any others in the audience?
When I did speak with her, I was also wondering, is there like a moratorium or something that for somebody that's lived in Rocky Ford for over 35 years, that's owned their home and paid taxes, to not have to be hit with these fees that are elderly? Like, is that with just the county, or would that be with the town? Because it seems kind of unfair that somebody that's owned that property for 35 years can't afford to live there.
I'd like to add, just for 35 years, she's been using the services that are now antiquated and broken down and have to be replaced.
So
therefore the increase.
I've never heard of a discount on utilities or anything like that. The only thing I know of is that the county allows a discount over a certain age if you've lived there for a certain period of time.
For property tax.
For property taxes. And it's
That's the state.
50%. That's a county or a state thing. That's not a city thing.
Any others for public comment in the audience?
Susan Jones, former mayor. The reason that I'm here tonight was to get an explanation as to what more explanation as to what the franchise fee was going to do. And at the last meeting, you said that there were going to be 3 readings. It's not even on the agenda. And for not to be on the agenda when there's only going to be 3 readings, and it affects all the citizens in Rocky Ford, the franchise fee, that we're going to have a talk about a shuffle of all of the boards and so forth and so on. That doesn't affect the citizens. That's just an in-house thing. And where that is more important than the franchise fee, I think is an overlook or something, because you had an obligation to have another reading of the franchise fee tonight.
That's next
No,
week.
I got this. So former Mayor Jung, so it does need to be read twice, right, to pass an ordinance. So the second reading was set for 30 days out, which will hit our calendar on April 14th. And city clerk has been posting in the newspaper. You'll see it over and over and again in the newspaper calling for a public hearing. Any others in the audience? Okay, we'll look to Zoom.
Evening. We're talking about moving people from boards and removing them from the boards. I think it's kind of funny. I mean, you had folks that were on the Chamber of Commerce board. One of them turned around and assaulted a pregnant girl, causing her to miscarry. He's still sitting over at the Chamber of Commerce. You got Nicole charged with disorderly conduct and harassment. Don't worry, I have the screenshots of those wonderful court dates that you had. You may have made those reports and those body cameras disappear, but I got everything I need to show that charges were there. You know, and she's still sitting on the board over at the Chamber of Commerce. She's still sitting on this board. And then you got the mayor here who decided that he wanted to go out and write a budget on his own. Forgive me, but the attorney who's up here seems to think that that's okay. I don't know on what planet that falls under you to be doing a budget for the entire city of Rockyford. And then we have the possibility of the Tabor Act violation, the same one that that your attorney told you you weren't committing, but if you pass this, you will be committing. You know, it's amazing how you guys want to move people around, kick them over here, kick them over there, and yet you're not letting them do what they're doing. Nick and I definitely don't have a great relationship, but the fact that he's sitting there and he's working the library and he's working the tree board and he's doing it, let him keep doing it. Why do you need to replace him? He's not doing anything wrong. I mean, then you got Mr. Mullins over here who spent a lot of time over at that museum and he's making it work. And you guys want to replace him. Why? Because they have a differing opinion from yours. You guys are bags of shit, bro. Straight up, Dwayne, you're a fucking scumbag. Your attorney's a bigger fucking scumbag because he knows that you're committing a Tabor Act violation. He told you were committing one, and you're gonna fucking ignore it, and you're gonna put it on the taxpayers of the town. You guys are garbage, straight up shit.
Any others on Zoom?
I'd like to add something to where if you're a citizen of Rocky Ford, we have an opening in Ward 2. If you live here, feel free to come in and put your application or any other words that come up. Feel free to come in, donate your time and energy.
All right, we'll move on to the consent agenda. Items on tonight's consent agenda are the approval of council meeting minutes from March 10th, 2026 regular meeting, and an application for special events permit malt vinous spiritus liquor from Rocky Ford Chamber of Commerce at the Gobin Building on Saturday, April 4th from 5 p.m. to 2 a.m. If anyone would like to discuss those further, we can move those to the regular agenda. If not, look for a motion to approve consent agenda.
Motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Call the vote.
Barone,
Yes.
Mullins,
Yes.
Mosby,
Yes.
Roberts,
Abstain.
Martinez,
Yes.
Mayor Goudelet.
Yes. Tonight's agenda, I think the only just kind of want to add to it, just so we'll note it on there. But under presentations and awards proclamations, 8.1, that proclamation is an action item. So that would be presenting that for approval from council. So we won't be doing a presentation on that. But we will add, I guess we'll add it as 8.4 presentation from Valleywide. So with those changes, look for motion to approve agenda.
Make a motion to approve agenda with that one changed. Are we adding the,
Just to note on there. I
well,
guess,
yeah,
really.
but are we adding the
Pioneers
guy
Nursing,
from Pioneer as well?
Dan Gallegos, Pioneer.
Okay, yeah, sorry, I said
Okay.
Valleywide.
Valleywide,
I meant
Okay.
Pioneer.
Sorry, I hadn't heard Pioneer and I was lost.
Do we
Okay.
need to remove 10.3?
We'll get to it and we'll have to take action on it.
Make a new plan. I make a motion to approve agenda with that note.
I second.
Okay. We have the second from Mosby. Call the vote.
Mullins,
Yes.
Mosby. Mosby. Yes. Robert,
Yes.
Martinez,
Yes.
Barone,
Yes.
Mayor Goulet.
Yes. All right, we'll move on to item 9.1. And we have a public hearing for ordinance number 996. An ordinance amending chapter 7 of the Rocky Ford Municipal Code concerning animals at large. And just check, Dan, do we need a motion to open the public hearing, or is that enough to declare it?
We think, yeah, why don't you take a motion to open the public hearing?
You
Sorry,
skipped
I scrolled
presentation.
down. Let me back myself up. I scrolled down a little too far. We'll start with our presentations. And then, so the first item we have 8.1, we have the proclamation Week of the Young Child. So if everyone is able to read that memo, we did do this last year. Last year we did present it. This year they'll be doing Child Development Services. They host the Week of the Young Child. The last 3 years they've done a community baby shower. This year it'll be held on Friday, April 10th, from 2 to 6 p.m. over at the event center at the fairgrounds. So it'll kind of be different community organizations who provide either services or any kind of support for young mothers, expecting mothers, and young children. So this is a proclamation declaring the week of April 11th through April 17th as Week of the Young Child in Rocky Ford. And this one would be looking just for an approval on this. And then we'll be presenting it to them in person the day of that community baby shower.
Make a motion that we approve the proclamation for the Week of the Young Child.
Second.
Okay.
Do
Called-
we do motions during presentations, or does it need to be under new business?
Well, we
We'll do it.
kind of noted, no, we noted this one that we'll gonna take action on this one.
Okay, all right. So first from Roberts and second from Barone.
Yes.
Mullins,
Yes.
Mosby, yes. Roberts,
Yes.
Martinez,
Yes.
Barone, Mayor Goulet.
Yes. Okay, we'll move on to our end of year report. Public Works Director Rick Long.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
So I've got a handout for you guys, and then what I'm gonna read, I'll keep it shorter. This is a little more comprehensive, if you're going through it and have some questions. Thank you.
Thank you.
Short and sweet like Kyle.
Little light reading for later, in case I need to.
So like I said, you'll have as comprehensive as we could get in that one. And rather reading it line by line, gonna give you some key performance metrics from each division. The department operates 3 enterprise funds: water, sewer, and refuse, along with the Public Works General Fund across all 4. 2025 was a year of high workload, aging infrastructure issues, equipment challenges, and the constant strict regulatory oversight that we deal with every day. Some of the metrics for the water department: 346,693 gallons of water was produced, treated, and pumped to our storage tanks. 130,347,556 gallons of water, finished water, was sold. That leaves us over 216 million gallons of water that we either leaked, we can attribute it to fire flow, unmetered usage, main breaks, service line breaks, and theft. Pretty high number. 62.40% from produced what we're losing. We, in the water division, we handled 1,710 City Hall issued work orders. Those were issued and completed. We had 369 utility locates were performed, 469 meter pit inspections and cleanings, 19 major distribution line breaks. It seems like more than that, doesn't it, Cody? 35 service line wet stabs performed. Throughout the year, we maintain strict process controls through routine calibrations, inspections, emergency response, and targeted system upgrades to our SCADA system, wells, tanks, pressure zones, and distribution access to ensure public health protection, system reliability, and long-term sustainability. In Colorado, drinking water systems are strictly regulated by the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment. That means we are required to meet stringent standards every year. Following are just some of the compliance standards we must meet. We have monthly bacteriological testing. That's for the revised coliform rule. Disinfection, residual compliance. That's for chlorine. 2 rounds of EPA unregulated contaminant monitoring as federally required by the disinfection byproduct monitoring schedule that we have. We do a full administration on backflow prevention and cross connection control and submit those to the state every year. We're knee deep in lead and copper revision rule right now. We, at the recent training that we had in Loveland, we talked about that extensively, and we're not getting these surveys back, the voluntary surveys from our residents that we need. And that's going to mean probably us going out and potholing, not only in the street, but in yards, well over 1,500 addresses. If we don't, I'm going to do another round and see what we get back. But we sent out almost 1,800 of them the first go around and got like 20 back. So that's going to be a major, major project for us there. We had 2 rounds of voluntary PFAS testing. We don't test high enough to get money from the state yet. And I don't know if we should pray that we do. I think it's a good thing we don't. We don't have PFAS issues right now. And then our constant ongoing distribution system monitoring, which are included in daily rounds of calibrations. Failure in any of these areas results in violations, public notice requirements, and potential cease and desist orders, enforcement actions, and civil penalties. In 2025, we underwent a comprehensive state sanitary survey of the entire distribution system, and that was conducted by state regulators, not us in-house. Results were 0 violations, 0 deficiencies, something to be pretty proud of for our city, I believe. Our system continues to meet stringent requirements. There are many systems across the state that struggle to maintain compliance. That has not been the case here in Rocky Ford. For the sewer division, we had 187,595,827 total gallons of influent water treated at our sewer lagoons. We had an estimated 78 million gallons of I&I introduced into the collection system. I'm sure everybody knows what I&I is by now. Not sewer water getting into our system, and we're paying to treat it out at the sewer lagoons. Had many meetings on that issue while we were at training this, which was really good. 260 times we performed daily rounds, cleanings, inspections, and documentations were completed. We submitted 12 discharge monitoring reports. Those are DMRs. They were completed and submitted on time. DMRs are a core regulatory requirement for our wastewater utility here and are mandated and strictly overseen by the CDPHE, which not only regulates our treatment plant, but also establishes and enforces requirements for our collection system. The CDPHE sets the state mandates we must follow, including collection system operation, maintenance expectations, and reporting obligations to prevent sanitary sewer overflows and protect public health. A DMR is a formal monthly report where we document and certify that our treated effluent meets all permit levels before it's discharged. This includes laboratory sampling analysis of parameters such as biochemical oxygen, biochemical demand, and total dissolved solids, nutrient levels, and other permit-specific limits, along with flow monitoring and operational data. And it just add in, it's challenging with our old sewer lagoons, our sewer lagoons. And I know they weren't built that long ago, but you know, all the trainings we had, and especially up there talking about what we have, I know Stacy, we're talking about, trying to get bubblers and all that kind of stuff in there. I met with one of the vendors there, and she actually gave a class, and they have solar now. They have solar. We won't have any, and you guys know what we spend on electrical out there. I'm sure you do. It's big bucks, and it's solar powered now, which is really neat. I'm actually going to have her come down and give a presentation. So to further our standing, the state conducted an extensive compliance inspection at the end of 2024, and the review found no violations within our system. This inspection is good for 3 years and is a direct reflection of the hard work that goes into maintaining compliance every day for this city. Master plan update, the collection system master plan continues to move forward as scheduled. We have successfully completed the survey stage of the project, which provided critical field data needed to accurately assess the system conditions and identify priority areas. Based on that information, we have now transitioned into the engineering phase. This is a significant step forward as it moves the project from planning to implementation. At this time, we anticipate breaking ground later this year. Have our fingers crossed on that. This is big for our city, and it kind of gets to what you were talking about for the money to pay for it. And then that will fall off. Refuse division, some of the metrics, we hauled 483 tons was picked up to the landfill. That's over close to 5.5 million pounds total of refuse picked up and hauled. We had 260 routes completed for the year. We had 1,266 City Hall generated work orders completed for the refuse department. We performed 4 infield quarterly tote audits where we go out and look at an address, know what they're paying for, and if they have more totes, we take them. And that nets us more totes every time we do it. We had 23 paid bulk pickups, and we had a total of 2,490 NTOs called in by the route driver last year. NTO is no tote out. And I believe we're charging if we got to go back out for it. I don't have those numbers, but one of the poor people in there today had to count all the NTOs from last year. I felt bad. So despite significant staffing challenges throughout the year, the refuse division continued to meet its core responsibilities. We experienced ongoing difficulty maintaining staffing levels, and on many occasions relied on personnel from other divisions to step in and support operations. Even with those challenges, no routes were missed, no service, and service was delivered consistently each day. Public Works, some of the metrics for it, 256 City Hall generator work orders were completed. We had 290 after-hour emergency dispatch calls received and responded to. We filled 480 potholes. We used 887 tons of hot mix asphalt, 115 bags of cold patch. We had 41 in-house work orders completed for vehicle and equipment maintenance, and we issued 52 zoning permits were approved for that year. Beyond utilities support, the department is responsible for streets, stormwater management, fleet and equipment maintenance, facility maintenance, parks maintenance, zoning compliance, right-of-way cleaning and upkeep, intergovernmental agreements with Otero County, mosquito spraying, weed abatement, emergency response, and event setup and tear down. And I'm sure I forgot some. All Public Works employees participate in a 24/7 on-call rotation, responding to after-hour emergencies across all systems. Training is outlined in detail in the folder, but I do want to emphasize that we place a strong priority on it across all divisions. We work hard to ensure that not only our new hires receive the training they need, but all employees continue to develop and stay current in their roles. Balancing those training demands with daily operational workloads is challenging at best. However, we have remained committed to knowledge transfer, maintaining operational consistency, and building a resilient workforce. You guys have budget papers in there. I think that's what you're talking about tonight, right? 25 fiscal year-end budget reflects a disciplined and responsible approach to managing public work expenditures across all funds while continuing to meet demands on our infrastructure. These are all expenditure numbers that I'm going to give you now. So the water fund, we were at 77% of our expenditure budget. Sewer fund was at 61%. Garbage fund was at 95%, which those are pretty much set. And I hope we get a heads up if and when they raise fees at the landfill. And you'll see Public Works was at 108%, which was
due to a miscalculation during the initial budget, when corrected, spending aligns closely with expectations. These numbers demonstrate a strong control while ensuring compliance, reliability, and day-to-day operations continue without interruptions. Throughout the year, the department has prioritized critical needs and deferred non-essential expenditures whenever possible. We tightened the belt up a while back. So in closing, 2025 was a year of focus, discipline, and results. Despite staffing challenges, aging infrastructure, the Public Works team delivered reliable services while staying within budget and meeting all regulatory requirements. Our work may not always be visible, but its impact is felt by every resident in Rocky Ford. I'm proud of my team. I'm proud of everyone that works with us, their professionalism, their resilience. And I want council to know that we lead this department with a clear plan and a strong record of compliance and an unwavering commitment to maintaining and improving this little city that we work in. I got one for you.
First thing I think we should say is that thank you for everything that you and all your guys over there do. We're very proud and we're very happy to have somebody that takes care of these things. I personally am not getting up at 3 a.m. to go dive into a hole full of cold water. So thank you guys for making sure. Yeah,
Urs.
So I appreciate everything you guys do for us. Thank you so much. Yeah.
I'd second that.
Thank you, sir.
You guys do, everybody in departments.
Yeah, we got some uniforms in.
Good.
Want a picture of it?
Printed locally too. I think
Yeah.
that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been out there and I've seen you guys on water main breaks, and I don't think people truly understand how shitty that job is.
Just trash, and I mean, trash is a tough one because it's day in, day out.
Yep.
You know, at least the water's in a different location every day.
It's a very often dangerous work, and it's uncomfortable work. It's physical, and you know, I can't thank your team enough for
Thank you.
all the work that they put in.
We have a great crew right now.
because it just falls apart without you guys, and I think you guys deserve that.
You guys all have an email. If you read through that packet, which the packet's a lot more, I've been here forever if I would have read all that, but email me, please. I'll answer any questions you have as best I can. And if you don't have any more right now.
I got a quick one.
Yes,
You ever get the meter, the hydrant meter in for the theft of the water from hydrants? Supposed to
No.
order a new meter with the anti-flow back.
No.
That was supposed about 6 months, so that was never ordered.
I've never heard of that.
For the wholesale.
Oh, yeah, well, we just haven't been wholesaling. No, we haven't got one in yet. So that's still, we can meter when somebody comes into a water truck. We always send them to Eureka.
Yeah,
Cause
I
they can
usually
just,
see them up by the.
yeah, they can
plant
just
doing
fill
it.
up and they can just fill up and do that.
But how are you gonna meter it
Well,
without a
we
meter?
haven't been, other than, who did we let? We let the school. That's who was taking water. When they were doing all the dust knockdown over there.
Yeah, the school.
We worked with the
highway
school.
department or construction on the
I-
highway.
Alls I knew of
sand
was the
pit,
school.
They've all been, I've seen taking water. I mean, so
Call me if you see that, or
I have.
call Matt.
That's why I thought we were ordering. a meter.
He's been sending them out to Eureka.
Yeah,
since that.
and so there was clear direction from council that we wanted, we still want that
Okay,
wholesale revenue. We just need it to be metered.
okay.
So that kind of direction was to get a meter on there. That way,
Did you guys set a price for it?
Yeah.
it's
But under
there.
1,000,
There's a wholesale price in our fee schedule.
Is there? Okay. I'll have to look at
So
that.
we just need to start billing
Okay.
for it.
Sounds good. Anything else?
One other question I have, I noticed in my bill, utility bill a few months back for the lead pipes coming off the meter. Now, is that up to the homeowners to check that? Or I thought they were gonna check those when they replace the meters?
We're asking through the flyer that if you know what yours is, to identify it and let us know.
Okay.
That's the nature of that flyer. And I'm working with the CDPHE to accomplish that now.
Just go to your shut off in your house.
Yeah.
And whatever's on that side of it.
Well, that
That's
meter
it.
would be the one I'd be going to. So.
And those are getting sent out in everybody's bill, even if you've
not ours.
sent it back. So if you've done it, just disregard.
I
Yeah.
sent it back
Because I
twice.
keep
Thank-
looking at it going, I've
I know.
I've
and I
done
get-
this.
I get all
Why
the
do you
phone-
keep sending
I
it?
get all the phone calls too.
But yeah,
It should say, the CDPH gives us the format on it.
All right.
We should add in there that if you did respond, thank you, and just throw it away.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
I just responded
I
again.
got one, Rick.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Thank you, guys.
So mine's was around the streets. I know I had talked to Stacy about this. So I don't know if we had got the information, but I wanted to just understand the HUTF and how that is, it's calculated based on the, I guess, classification of our roads.
Yeah, well, I
Wanted to see how
anytime
that's
we-
changed.
We upgrade them. And so when I was originally taught by Lex, that if you prove you did upgrades to your roads, we would get more money. Okay, after our conversation, I had a meeting with Aaron Rhodes with CDOT, and he said no. So if we take a dirt road, put it to asphalt, we're not getting any more money. So that came straight from the horse's mouth. The only way we get it is if we add more lane miles. So if we
Yeah,
were
to
to
the
take
city
over
limit.
some of the county roads or anything like that, that's the only way we're getting more money, HUTF.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, because I know I know we had we were talking about that when we were doing roads. The
Yeah.
benefit of,
And that's how I was
The
taught. And
unpaved.
set Lex straight on that too.
okay.
I informed Lex.
All right.
Thank you,
yeah,
guys.
That helped.
Thank you.
All right, we'll move on to our end of year report. Finance Director, Kyle.
Evening, everybody.
Good evening.
I'll try to keep mine shorter than that.
Was not that long. He did good.
No, he did. Took a jab at my height, so. I think you're all familiar with this report. You've been receiving this for a while. It gives a pretty good summary of everything. I'll go over it briefly. For the year, this is as of December 31st, 2025. Like I told JR, this is still unaudited and reconciled through June of last year. So I've got 6 months of the year reconciled. I'm working on the second half right now. So these are rough numbers due to change after the audit and after they get in here and take a look at them. But in my opinion, it gives a pretty fair representation of where we were for the year. Okay. In the month of December, the general fund claim on pooled cash increased by $82,000, which is the first time in some time where we actually increased the pooled cash account, which was a good thing. Obviously, at the end of December, we should have been at our budget target of 100% for the year in both revenues and expenditures. If you look at the revenues, we were off by 9.16% as far as the revenues. That can be mostly attributed to, again, overestimating what our revenues were going to be in some of the accounts. As far as the expenditures, broken down as usual between general government, public safety, public works, and culture and recreation. And you can see the percentage of the expenditures as to where they are. Total expenditures for the year, we hit 92.76. So we were under our actual budget as far as where we budgeted for, but we still were running a deficit balance. We lost $129,000 in December, which is kind of held true for most of the year. Even though our pooled cash account increased, we still had a net operating loss of $129,000. Okay. Again, if you look at the percentages for the year, general government was basically 10%, 9.55. Public safety was 72%. Public works was 8.57. And culture and recreation was 9.86. For the year, we lost $1,054,471.78. Again, not a solid number, but it's going to come in there somewhere pretty close to that. Which again, as usual, I'll warn that, we really need to take a look at the expenditure side and work on that as well. So this is the general fund. I'm going to go briefly over the enterprise funds unless anybody has any questions on this report. If you do, feel free to jump in here.
I'll jump in on that one, Kyle.
Go ahead.
So looking at the 2025 budget, can you kind of talk to me about the budget numbers, not the actuals, but our revenues and then that expenditures
Mhm.
item and what the changes were from the initial budget?
In primarily, as far as the revenue side, we projected 300 and something $1,000 from the IFT program. And I believe it was somewhere in around the 400 to 500,000 range in the Wildwind Fire. We didn't hit those numbers, and so revenues, of course, anytime you have something like that, the expenditures also aren't there to go along with those revenues. So, then the fact that the revenues were at 90% and the expenditures were 92% means that we were pretty good on the budget. We just compared to cost, compared to revenue, it's just we overestimated the revenue. So, live and learn, I guess, on that. Does that answer your question?
No. So if you look at the budgeted revenue and expenditure, so there's a discrepancy there from what we approved for the 2025 budget. So can you kind of talk to me about how that changes from what was approved for 2025? So we're looking at 4.4 on the revenues and we're looking at 5.4 approximately on the expenses.
You are correct. I don't have a good answer off the top of my head on that, Dwayne. I'd have to get back to you on that.
It's all just imaginary numbers anyways.
Dispatch.
Don't worry, they can take it all. Nothing will happen to them.
Make them up as we go and send the bill.
5.4.
So what I'm seeing as the discrepancy is the revenue number is not the same.
Oh, right. Between the 4.4 and the 5.4, meaning they should balance or match each other.
Yeah, the approved 2025 is that 5.4 number on top and bottom, zeroed out.
Yeah, I don't know why I have that number in there.
Yeah, if you could follow up with us on that one.
I will. I'll get you an answer on that. My apologies.
Good.
As far as this report, still, as usually, I put a little summary. It's an AI summary of, what we've done for the year. You can read through that as well.
Oh God, AI.
That's what I was looking for. The water fund. The water fund for 2025 had $1,363,810 in revenues. Had $1,263,755 in expenditures for a gross profit of $25,000, which overall you see, okay, that's good. We didn't lose money. We made some money on that. But again, we need to think about it needs not only to make that money, but it needs to cover its depreciation cost as well. Any questions on that? The sewer department. We had 1.138 in revenues, and we had $789,000 in expenditures for a net profit of $348,000. 75,000 of which of that is set aside for facility fees. That's set aside for our debt service for our capital improvement program. In the garbage department, we had $712,000 in revenues, and we had $714,000 in expenditures. We lost $1,700 in the garbage department, which is the first time, since I've been here that's actually ran in the red. So, that's something we need to look at. Okay. And then
Any of that due to the truck situation we had?
no, not really. I mean, it was covered by insurance. We put it out on a lease payment, and it's not much more than what the existing lease payment was already. So can't really blame that.
Are we prepared for the fuel price increase on this new budget?
Well, as you go through the numbers that's in these numbers, if you go back and look at the natural gas costs and the electricity costs for last year, it was astronomical.
It's not slowing down.
No.
It just keeps going.
Yeah. And again, very hard to budget for, the year before that, it was lower. And the year before that, it was up again. I tried to look at the futures when I made this year's budget but who knew we were going to have Iran. So it is what it is. The last fund that I've got here tonight is the Capital Improvement Fund, which is basically, our 1% sales tax. We had $487,000 in revenue. So think about that whenever we're talking about a sales tax increase of 1%, that equates to about $487,000 to the coffers of the city of Rocky Ford, if we ever get to that. The end of the year, I'll go through the expenditures first. Had $198,000 in expenditures between mostly road repairs, the sidewalk project, and some equipment. The end of the year balance right now, we're sitting on 300, or at the end of December, we're sitting on 384,000, and we're putting, a pretty good chunk in there every month as we're receiving the sales tax. Okay. Any questions?
Good there.
And Dwayne, I will get you an answer on why that's not matching.
All right, thank you. Yeah, and if you can send that to all of council.
I will.
Any other questions? Good. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Right, and then, we'll move on to 8.4, and that's our presentation with the Pioneer. Is that right?
Pioneer, Nick or Dan, I'm sorry.
Dan?
I'll do a little intro. This is Dan Gallegos. I'm sorry, I don't know her name. She's always in the office. Dan's a physical therapist. They want to tell us a little bit about their therapy they offer here at Pioneer Memorial.
Not gonna make you stand on a little ball thing, are you?
They'll probably have me go down and show how I've been.
To beat me up. Oh. I probably deserve it, but thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Emmy Romero. I'm the Director of Rehab at Pioneer Healthcare Center. And I just want to thank you all for allowing us to come here and speak about our therapy department. This is Dan. He's our physical therapy assistant. I'll start off by saying our outpatient services are officially up and running, and we are really proud of the strong collaborative team that we have built. We have an excellent group of therapists consisting of physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech therapy. And we're working together to provide high quality patient-centered care. As of right now, the insurances we take are Medicare, Humana, UMR, Aetna, United Healthcare, Workers' Comp, and we are in the process of obtaining VA, Medicare, and more. In the past, Pioneer has had a challenging reputation within the community. However, the Pioneer today is very different under new management with dedicated staff and our well-established therapy team. We've made significant improvements where people are proud to work at Pioneer. People are proud to have their family members cared for at a facility, as well as people come to our facility for our therapy services. A real shift in culture, focus, and quality care. With a strong comprehensive therapy program supported by an amazing facility, including both our inpatient and outpatient services, these spaces allow us to truly meet patients where they are, whether they're working toward returning home, improving independence, or maintaining their basic function. Our goal is to provide care that feels not only effective, but also comfortable, supportive, and meaningful for every patient we serve. So we're excited about where we are, and we're excited to continue growing. And we just want to thank everyone who continues to contribute to Pioneer and making it a place that we can be proud of. And as we continue to grow, we're really looking forward to strengthening our referral network. So if you know of anyone that needs therapy services, they're transitioning from inpatient, they're living in the community, or they just need continued therapy support, please think of Pioneer. Our therapists and our team is ready to provide high quality, compassionate care in an environment that truly supports patient success. So please don't hesitate to refer them to us or reach out directly. To sum it up, we're here, we're ready, and we're committed to making a difference. So we're going to continue to work together to build something strong and give our residents in the community the care they deserve. Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome, thank you.
I just want to say a few things. I came from Ronda. And I came to Rocky Ford because there wasn't any outpatient services here. So I thought this would be a good opportunity to open it up and let the community come to us. And we are here for you. But I'd like to demonstrate some of the stuff we do. If I could have a volunteer from anybody out there.
Mr. Mayor's closest.
He's the easiest to get down there.
They use me on my phone.
Disability and foster. Those are some of the things that I work on most with everyone. Okay, so I'm gonna have you put your foot right here. Hold on here for just a second. Then I'm gonna have you let go. I want you to feel how that works. Okay, yeah. All right, now hold on there again. Now what I want you to do is just take your belly, just a tiny bit. Okay? I want you to pull your shoulders back. Stay right there. Now let go again. How do you feel? A little more stable, isn't it? Okay, what are some of the things we teach in our outpatient clinic? Okay, Robert, they've been with me. I know these people, we've been working with a lot of people in the community already. I just thought I'm gonna show you some of the things we're able to do. Okay. We demonstrate some demo. Yeah, absolutely.
I just like to say it. I've had very good treatment. For the day after my knee replacement, I was in there getting therapy. Last week I went to the doctor. It's been 3 months since the surgery, and they took me off of therapy. Said I'm doing great. I was 134 on the bend, and I've been very happy with it. It's 3 blocks from my house. I can walk to therapy, get my therapy, going to therapy, and going home from therapy. Convenient, save me the gas mileage, La Junta or Pueblo, and the insurance. And I mean, very good treatment. I've been very happy with them, and I'll be going back. So, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, and like I think Robert kind of touched on the end there, something that I guess even still just, I know when they were working on it and sharing that it would be opening soon, I think that, the important thing that they kind of wanted to continue, iterating was that it's open, to everyone, outpatient, not just for, residents at Pioneer. So I think that was a, really important thing to hear and to continue sharing. So people know that if they, need any kind of PT, OTST, that there's a site here. And are you on, like, I don't know if there's different provider maps, or are you all on all those different maps showing up as a provider?
All those different insurances that we.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I also want to reiterate that we have speech therapy. I think we have the only speech therapist in the valley. Okay, so you need to send your people to us.
Okay.
Okay, if anybody needs to get personal. All right, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
For the insurance, Mr. Mayor, when I had my surgery, they asked where would I want to go to therapy. They thought I'd stay in Pueblo. I told I had the surgery there, but I live in Rocky. And so they looked into it. I mean, the hospital looked into it and referred
Nice.
Pioneer because I didn't even know he was here.
Awesome.
Yeah, people utilize Pioneer. It's kind of neat to where one room 66 plus years ago, just in the room I was next to doing therapy, it was where I took my first breath. So that's kind of neat. So
Well, and you, when you introduced them, you said Pioneer Memorial and that's long past.
well,
That was many, many years ago.
But thank you. I mean, I'm out. I'll be walking try to get 4 miles in tomorrow on my walk. So
Thank you both. Have a good evening. Roberts, I'm still doing my therapy.
He's like, I'm still on top of it.
well, for another 3 months, they say be 6. They just took me off the physical therapist. So
All right. So now we will move on to the public hearing. So I will call the public hearing open. Time is now 6:57. We will proceed to the second reading and public hearing for ordinance number 996, an ordinance amending chapter 7 of the Rocky Ford Municipal Code concerning animals at large. Is that
He said we needed a motion for that.
right there? Format. All right. Michelle, has this ordinance been publicly posted and meets all requirements? Thank you. All right, so I will turn it over to our city attorney, Dan, or Stacy, I guess, whoever wants to just take the lead and share any information on this ordinance.
Sure. I'm sorry, Stacy.
Okay, so this was first introduced, I think it was February the 10th. It's amending chapter 7 of the Rocky Ford Municipal Code concerning animals at large. The city of Rocky Ford is updating its municipal code to strengthen the rules against animals being loose or at large. This ordinance removes the old definitions of running at large and creates a new section that clearly prohibits owners from allowing their animals off their property unless they are physically controlled by a leash. This ordinance is enacted for public health, safety, welfare, and includes a standard clause stating that if any part of it isn't found invalid, the rest still stands.
Yeah, I think that generally covers it. Yeah, this is just kind of just clarifies the prohibition against animals at large. It previously was dogs at large and included in the definition. So this just makes it clear. So we have a very clear prohibition within the code for that purpose.
Thank you. All right, and for this public hearing, look to the audience for anyone who'd like to share any testimony, either for or against. Seeing no further public comment, I will declare the public hearing closed. And we can move on to the item 10.1 there. So this would be a council deliberation. So we can open this up for discussion. Anyone would like to discuss this further or look for a motion on action, and if you would do that with full title.
Ready for motion? I'll make a motion that we pass ordinance number 996, an ordinance amending chapter 7 of the Rocky Ford Municipal Code concerning animals at large on final reading.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion from Councilwoman Roberts, second from Martinez. Call the vote.
Mosby,
Yes.
Roberts,
Yes.
Martinez,
Yes.
Barone,
yes.
Mullins,
Yes.
Mayor Gurley.
Yes. Okay, ordinance number 996, an ordinance amending chapter 7 of the Rocky Ford Municipal Code concerning animals at large passes unanimously.
Good deal.
All right, so we'll move on to ordinance number 997. And kind of same thing, look to Stacy, if you want to just give us a background on this one.
Sure, ordinance 997, I believe it was introduced to the council on March the 10th. It's an ordinance amending chapter 2, article 4, division 1 of the Rocky Ford Municipal Code by adoption. of a new section, 2-4-120 entitled Municipal Penalties. This ordinance adds a new section to the Rocky Ford Municipal Code to ensure that municipal criminal penalties do not exceed the penalties established under Colorado State Law Title 18 CRS as required by the Camp decision issued by the Colorado Supreme Court in 2025, when a municipal offense corresponds to state criminal offense with a lower maximum penalty, the state's lower penalty must be applied instead of the penalty issued by city code. This ordinance formally updates the code to comply with the legal requirements and includes standard statements affirming its purpose, public health, safety, and welfare, and a severability clause to keep the remaining parts in effect if any provision is ruled invalid.
Yeah, and again, Stacy covered it really well. This basically comes out of the People v. Camp decision from the Colorado Supreme Court, and it basically makes it so that there's a state statute that puts a cap on municipal penalties. So basically, this just language just makes it so that if there is any penalty within the city's code that exceeds that, it's basically brought down to the state limitation. This is something that's required now by state law because of the Camp decision.
Thank you. All right, on to council. Any discussion here? If not, look for action.
I'll make a motion that we pass ordinance number 997 and ordinance amending chapter 2, article 4, division 1 of the Rocky Ford Municipal Code by the addition of a new section 2-4-120 entitled Municipal Penalties on final reading.
Second.
Okay, we have the motion from Councilwoman Roberts, second from Barone. Call the vote.
Roberts,
Yes.
Martinez,
Yes.
Barone,
Yes.
Mullins,
Yes.
Mosby,
Yes.
Mayor Goudelet.
Yes. So ordinance number 997, an ordinance amending chapter 2, article 4, division 1 of the Rocky Ford Municipal Code by the addition of a new section 2-4-120 entitled Municipal Penalties, passes unanimously. We'll move on to item 10.3, and that is the letters of interest for the Ward 2 vacancy. Michelle?
Public notice was given in the paper, at our publishing place, on the website, on Facebook, so multiple ways, and we did not receive any letters of interest. So just asking council if they would like to extend that deadline.
What other choice do we have?
We don't. I mean, the idea was to hopefully get it quickly, but we still have, what, 45 more days?
Yeah, if just looking at the calendar, if we did April 28th, which would be a month from 2 meetings from now, that would be a total of 49 days from the day this was declared vacant. What we need to do is have this appointed within 60 days or else it has to go to election.
So we're still within that. And we can hope that somebody steps up.
Yep. So on this, it would kind of be a guidance on when we want to extend this to, and Michelle will take it from there on getting it posted and update all the information.
I make a motion
that'd
that
be the
we,
last
that we extend it
What date
to
did you want to extend it to?
April 28th.
And what's the deadline? 60, what's the 60th day? What?
Well,
Like the
11
8th of
days
May.
from there.
11 days
Yeah.
there?
11 days.
It'd be before the next.
Yeah.
council meeting. That's what I was just checking too.
So if at that meeting we don't appoint someone, we have to declare a special election essentially. Okay.
How's that work? If there's no candidates?
Nobody wants to run. Nobody wants to be appointed, but we're going to force you to elect
I'd
someone.
like to speak to the residents, everybody that's listening. I mean, we get a lot of people that, I shouldn't say a lot, we get some comments from the video feed. We get some comments in here and people, this is like, I was like the gentleman sitting out here before I came on the council, I was coming to meetings probably for a year and a half, voicing my concerns, my complaints. And this is your opportunity. If you live in Ward 2, which is from 6th Street,
7th Street.
Middle of
Seventh.
7th to middle of 10th.
middle of 7th to middle of 10th, from the north to the south. If you live in Ward 2, please put your, help us out. We get a lot of comments, but we don't get a lot of people wanting to come here and help. Comments are nice, but please be part of the solution by actively partaking. So please, citizens, if you're the slightest interested, please. I had no history of city councils prior to start attending meetings there, and after I retired and seeing what's going on, and live and learn along the way. But can't do it without your help, people. Please.
I think I motioned
JR?
to approve that, didn't I?
If someone is
Until the next general election,
I don't know. Even his strong arm is getting tired, it looks like.
2027.
So with this one, we could look, I guess we can do an action and table it to whatever date council wanted to do, if you wanted to do April 28th or shorten that up to the 14th.
I think the 28th is. I make a motion that we extend the deadline to the 28th of April.
That'll be the final one, so.
JR?
I did try to speak to a gentleman yesterday at the library when I was picking up my grandson, but turned out he lives off a second. He actually approached me, but he's off a second and whatever, so he's not in Ward 2, but yeah. Make contact. It's up to us too, yeah.
Okay, so we do have a.
I'll second
motion.
it, yeah.
Okay, and we have a second there. Call the vote?
Martinez,
Yes.
Barone,
Yes.
Mullins,
Yes.
Mosby, Mosby,
Yes.
Roberts,
Yes.
Mayor Gudele.
Yes. Right, and yeah, Michelle, if you will get all the public notices updated and reposted. Thank you. Yes. All right, we'll move on to item number new business 11.1. This is board changes, removal of trustees liaisons. So I shared the memo on this one. I brought this one forth. So just kind of touch on the memo a bit here. With this one, it's to recommend the removal of specific trustees and liaisons from city boards in order to realign board composition, improve engagement, and stabilize operations following recent resignations and vacancies. So this one is really just coming up from feedback directly from different boards on, I guess, kind of the board dynamic and the working relationships. So we did have 3 resignations from the museum board last July, August, that were they weren't friendly partings. And then we've had another recent, I guess, negative interaction on the tree board. And then we've had one looking at the library board composition. That one has went down to one other board member now. And then the museum, that one with other resignations coming up recently. That one puts that one down to, I guess, one board member. And then the other final thing with the museum is kind of hearing of feedback of working relationships with our curator and the board. So wanting to address all those. This isn't about a board shuffle. This is about address. So some working conflicts on the boards. And by doing these removals and then appointing to different boards, the intent there is to get good working relationships so we can rebuild all those boards, get them to where they need to be with the numbers, and then build engagement from there. I don't, Stacy, if you have any additional anything there.
Not really, just that the library board was down to one formal or former member from what it was when I joined in 2018. So
GR?
What is it? Library.
They're all different. Yeah, they're all different. Some of them have some staggers. Some of them are 5s or 4s. So open this one up for discussion.
I'd have a question, I guess, if I find my page again here. Basically, I'd like to ask council members Mosby, Martinez, and Mullins if they want to be removed from these boards or if they would like to stay.
No, I do not.
No,
No.
I'm happy where I'm at. And I think it's rather disrespectful to claim that some resignations from boards are somehow the fault of council members. I think it's
Well,
a bit in the face to the work that some.
And a follow-up on that, the 2 resignations the mayor referenced that happened late last year. They were a little bit contentious. That was definitely not my intent. I messaged them informing them that their 4-year terms were ending before the next board meeting. I asked them if this was correct, and then asked like, how should we proceed? I never received a communication back from them on that. Our bylaws state that members serve for 4-year terms, and there must be a 1-year gap between terms. I was approached and asked if I would support that. I said, it's a board decision and I can't make those decisions unilaterally. So whether they left contentiously or not, it's just what the policy is. Everybody has 4-year terms. The most recent one is not a resignation. His term just expired. Ryan Gates. I like Ryan quite a lot. I would like to see him back on the board. It would require modifying the bylaws, or he's going to have to wait a year until he can join the board again at that time. As far as the recent resignations, that would be Chuck and Annette Mosby. I messaged them a few weeks ago, and Annette's here. She can fill me in if this is incorrect. I can pull up the communications with her. I believe I sent an email or a text, and I said, hey, we really appreciate all the hard work you've done at the museum. We like having you there. We'd really like to have you participate. But we had noticed that there'd been some meetings missed, and we hadn't had a quorum because of that. So I just asked if that was something they were still interested in, if we could accommodate them with different times. And I also, asked if that was still something they were interested in. And I was informed that they were busy with their business, which is being highly successful right now, and that they just don't have the time for it right now. Now, if there was some different communication elsewhere, I'd never received that message. But I've always had great respect for Chuck and Annette. I do appreciate everything they've done at the museum. I've never said an unkind word to them as far as I'm aware. I certainly never meant to cause any offense to them. And I would be happy for them to remain on the board should they choose to be on the board. I only ask that board members attend meetings.
And just for some clarification, you can't remove me from the tree board. I already stepped down. That was
It's a formality.
okay, cool. Make whatever makes you feel better. I mean, can't fire me from a job I already quit. But it's not our fault that people have left boards. I mean, with the library board, those ladies are busy. They all run libraries of their own at the different schools they work at. They're busy. We had the 6-7 months we've had issues with getting full board meetings because they're just doing things. They have kids, they have families. It was not a surprise to me that when our director and our assistant left, that the board ended up as small as it is. But I think that it's disrespectful for you to think that removing me from the board is somehow going to fix anything, considering the amount of work that I've put in at the library. So you can harm the community by making these decisions if you choose. That's up to you guys.
I agree with Councilmember Mullins. We need to have people that are at the meetings, whether in person or Zoom or whatever. You have to have the vote. People have to be available for that. Mr. Martinez here, I noticed he's been donating a lot of his time at the library. And these boards, I don't know the people involved in the boards and everything, but it's my understanding that they have to have a city liaison, somebody from council or whatever has to be on these boards. Now, if they don't like us, they don't like us. I mean, you know, just like when I went to work on all those 40-some, 50 years. Some people you get along with, some you don't, but we have to deal with it. And I don't know the reasoning behind all of this, but if they leave the board, then you got to get with somebody else in there. I'm happy where I'm at on the one board, and I don't really have time to be adding more boards to mine. I can't speak for anybody else here. I know we have a vacancy that can step up when they come in, but yeah, you remove them, then what? Then who's gonna fill them? Nick's already resigned.
From the tree board.
I'm pretty neutral when it comes to this. We all need to do our part and be on boards and stuff like that. The only thing I would say is that when we go from council and become a liaison or a trustee on another board, our job is not to go in there and take it over.
Yeah.
Our job is to go in there and be a part of that and help them work with that. I'm not saying anything one way or the other. I know Nick has done an amazing job over at the library. He's put in a lot of time. People are recognizing that he's doing what needs to be done. I've seen compliments on how well he's working with people over there. This shakeup doesn't mean one way or the other to me. I just want to see the boards being full and these organizations being represented the best way that they can be. And us realizing that our role on them is not to be the leader on those boards, but our role is to participate and figure out what the city can do to help those boards meet their mission. I'm not really, I don't sit on many of the other boards. The only other board that I've ever sat on besides the planning commission is the pension board. So I haven't participated in many of these other boards, but from what I understand, it's not our job to take over them. It's our job to participate and bring back to the city what we can do to help them. So that's my position on it. And I believe I'm slated to take the seat that came open on the tree board. And I'm more than happy to do that.
And I'm more than happy to give that one. to-
And you've already, like you said, you've already stepped down from that one. So that's my 2 cents on this whole subject. Is it's our job to bring back to those boards and back to city council what the city can do to help those boards and represent the city as best we can and not take them over.
Yeah, and
that's not our job.
I might like to add, my situation may be a little bit different as it relates to the museum board. Obviously, there's no way to take over a board. People come and go. Everything's done by vote. I am a regular seated member of the museum board. I was appointed by city council as a regular member after the museum board voted me into that position. So I'm not just a liaison, I'm a regular board member. And I would like to say that, I have a list of what I've done over there. Roughly 12,000 photos, 6,000 cataloged artifacts, hundreds of hours of cleaning. I probably opened it up 15 times last year when needed for public. I don't take any compensation. In fact, every time I go in there, I throw money in the jar. I work really hard to get along with people. And the fact is, though, that things have been done an incorrect way for a very long time. And artifacts are being damaged, history is being lost, and policies had to be created. We created a scope of collection policy. The museum board did not have bylaws, or they couldn't find them. I recovered them from a floppy disk. The board worked together to modify them to most closely align to the best of our ability with the municipal code. I feel like this is an attempt to harm personally Nick and me, but it won't do that. It will not harm me. I give of myself to this cause because I love it. I believe in it. It will harm the museum. This is a 2-year project that's been going on, and it has another year to 2 years, and you could plan out beyond that, and it would expand and grow into something hopefully really beautiful. But it could very well damage this project. It could damage the museum, and it could damage the library. Nick has been running the library 47 hours a week for almost a month at no cost. He knows more about that museum or the library than anybody else. And frankly, I know more about that museum than anybody else in the city. I know all the procedures, all the policies. I've taken hundreds of hours of training. I've created training videos for replacement board members. I've created training courses, and every board member who's ever been on there has been given access to our catalog of software in a folder with their name on it, so that they have the ability to go in there and learn how to do these things and volunteer remotely.
So I guess I have one other question. Does removing him as the liaison remove him as a seated board member for the museum?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Even
this-
though even though it was separate?
It's
It
not
says-
separate.
It says trustees.
Yeah,
so-
it's not separate. If
what-
there was a Friends, that might have been.
Okay, that
might
makes
have
more
been that.
sense. Okay.
But the city appointed member, would go or
so
stay based on council.
Like follow up on
approval.
that. Or if you are doing all of those things, and I'm not saying that, I think that's wonderful that you guys have time to do that. Like, there's no way in hell, I'm sorry, I could even think about dedicating 40 hours a week to something. I mean, I have kids, I have 3 jobs. I mean, I do a lot outside of this, and people seem to think I sit around and do nothing, but I have a job and kids, and I work outside of that. And I think that's awesome that you guys are able to dedicate that much time to it. But I think that goes beyond just your role as this. That becomes a volunteer position. That is something that you have taken on outside of your duties as a board member. So there's a clarification there to me. Yes, but let me finish. I mean, let me finish what so, but if you're spending that much time working or volunteering at a place, to me, that is far outside your scope as a board member. And I don't know that being a board member necessarily takes that away. It's outside of your scope. I don't know that a board member is are there bylaws that state that you're required to spend that much time working there? So the bylaws should state what your role is as a board member. Okay. And I don't believe that there's bylaws at the museum that say you will provide X number, you'll work 40 hours a week at the museum, or you'll work 40 hours a week. What I'm saying is there is not what you are doing. When you are doing those things, you are acting outside of or acting on your own purview. You're not doing something that is required of you. It's not required.
You don't need to.
But it doesn't. To me, if you have that much time and you're doing that, that's up to you. You're volunteering that time. That is not part of the requirement of your board seat. And I'm not saying that I don't think you guys are doing a wonderful job. I don't care. You guys can stay on the board. This doesn't really matter to me. This is just my opinion. If you have that much time, I don't feel like you could do that and not be on the board. Like, I don't think you don't have to be on the board to be able to
Had to
volunteer
get that
all your time
opinion
to
in
do all
there.
of that.
So yeah, I'd just like to follow up. So we don't ask that our board members serve tons of hours. For when we recruited the replacement seats, which were readily replaced if the council approved. is at least 4 hours per month. Now, the museum board does have bylaws, and those bylaws do have responsibilities for the museum, which are they're pretty substantial. None of this tasks that are being done are outside of the scope of the bylaws for the museum. So it's stuff that we should be doing. I wouldn't want to be up there for as much time as I am. But the fact is that unless we get those volunteers in there, then it's going to be a lot on one person. So I really have a lot of faith in
guys are doing at these two
And
locations
Judith-
is wonderful, and it's needed to be done, and things haven't been done like that for a long time. So I'm not saying that what you're doing isn't great. I'm just saying that being on the board doesn't require you to spend 40 hours a week there. It requires you to participate in meetings, do X number of volunteer hours and stuff like that. So that just to clarify that, I'm not saying that what you're doing
I
isn't
understand.
wonderful. It just isn't required.
And I'll clarify, because this is, we're getting into the work that was done and those things, and, we recognize that, we appreciate that. This is about working relationships on the boards with the staffs you interact with, that way. So that's what this is about. By making these changes, the intent of that is to fix that problem, get these boards working right and get them built,
use
build
plain
that
English,
engagement.
though. You're saying we're the problem.
Then show me the problems that I've had with board members at the library or employees. Oh, wait, there was no employees for 2 months because of a budget cut that I fought to not have. We lost the employees at the library because of a budget situation. That's neither here nor there.
Personal opinion. That's an opinion.
That was
no.
their reasoning. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. That was their
All right.
reasoning. You can use your gavel on somebody else,
They
but
made a choice.
I'd like to make a comment here.
I would like to say, Mr. Mullins is lying about a lot of things. I'm going to tell you what happened at the museum board. Mr. Mullins came in here, I believe, with good intentions. He did and has done some fabulous work at the museum. I do not deny that, not one iota. That does not give him the right to try to take over. And I believe, and I'm not the only one who believes that that was an intent, his intent. Even our curator has indicated that too several. As the president of the museum board, felt him trying to take over my job. Made it clear at the last meeting that I presided over that I wasn't going to allow that to happen. Have a lot of things in the museum that shouldn't be there. And we need to take control of what we're doing. That was something we were working on. We had a person on the board who works for the fort, Bent's Fort, for the National Park. She runs a museum. She is very intelligent and educated about how to run a museum and how to write those programs, those kinds of documents. She was working on them. She didn't get them done. Her father was ill. Lots of things happened. We were getting ready to have a meeting. Tom sent something out with a program about that, a document, and to work on that. And our Beth took offense to that, and she agreed later that she was wrong. She apologized for it. But before that, she did get quite angry. She sent an email to all the members of the board, including, and she also sent one to Stacy. She also sent one to the editor of the newspaper and was very upset. She then apologized, realized what she had done, apologized for sending it to Stacy, apologized for sending it to the newspaper, contacted both of those people, indicating her mistake in doing so. I then worked very hard to get her to come to the next meeting and not resign, explaining what Tom had done, not trying, not attacking him. He wrote one, she wrote a document. Guess what we did at the meeting? We worked it out. We talked about it. We talked about what Tom had said that upset Beth, what Beth had said that upset Tom. We solved the problem. We then worked together. We had a wonderful meeting, and then we left. And then guess what happened? 3 men, Tom, my curator, and another member, Ryan Gates, proceeded to attack her again, verbally. Left her running out of the building in tears again. I can't work with people like that. I thought I had solved the problem. We had had a great meeting. Everyone agreed. We worked together on this program, this document we were creating. Everybody thought we had a great time until we dispersed. And then I stood right there. I couldn't believe what was said to her. When she left in tears, I looked at Tom and Ryan. I said, "What were you thinking? How could you treat her like that?"
What was said to her?
Ryan Gates said to her, "I can't believe you got so upset about Tom writing a document like that. What are you so worried about? Getting shown up," or something along those lines. And Tom said, "Probably." Just like that, you said that. Yes, you did. I am not a liar, Tom. You are a liar. If you read the documents you sent and how horrible, you should read them. They're horrible.
I wrote that.
They're awful. Empathy? Do you know what that word means? It doesn't mean sympathy. You think that's what it means?
Is there?
That's not what it means.
There's not.
He should not be on the museum board. He needs to be removed. And he should not be sitting here lying and
Why
trying
did
to
you-
say that I
why did
shouldn't-
you leave?
that I shouldn't be, because I can't work with 3 men.
Or is it because
For
your
treat-
term expired?
No, I had not been on the museum board for 4 years.
He was-
I'd even lived here for 4 years.
Well, there's meeting minutes from you for 4 years ago.
No.
You signed them.
I should, that's not true.
I asked you if it was correct.
Can you identify yourself and your title?
My name is now I'm not. My name is Donna Bush. I was the president of the museum board. I'm the person that resigned, along with my sister, who was also a member, and Beth Kolb, who was also a member. Not Beth Kolb. Lost her last name. Dodd.
I would
Beth
also
Dodd, sorry.
think that Ryan Gates is.
And no, that is not why I quit. I quit because of you and Ryan and Rob. That's why I quit, because I don't
Well, it
like the
sounds
way you
like you
treated
have-
people.
It sounds like
So-
you have a problem with a lot of people.
No.
Well, just
Anyway,
everyone
I
else,
wanted to
except
clear
for
that up.
your sister.
If you want to read what I did, what I said, you can.
Thank you.
Thank
Robert?
Mr. Mayor, I don't know, to me, this is all out of the blue, what's going on with these boards. But for me, I know when I got on here, it was like, there was a couple of boards available. Which one do you want on? I didn't know, whatever. But if we have council members that are on the board, because we have to be on some boards, and if there's a conflict, the board, I think we should have a board take a vote of the board members to say we want this person from the city here or not. And if they do want to change, then it's up to us to change. But if their board says, in their vote says, keep what we have, we keep what we have.
Mr. Brown, I agree with that. I think that would be excellent moving forward. The only thing in this scenario is there's not a board. There's 2 members of the library board. There's 1 member
There are
on the
2
museum
members
board.
on the museum board.
So there's 2 members on the museum board. People have left. People
that's
have
not
given
my fault.
feedback that they will not work with members here. We have.
Nanette,
we
did
have
you
the
leave
feedback,
because
we have
Chuck and Nanette, did you leave
anything about
because of me?
Neither one of you are recognized, please.
Well, I'm speaking. You're
So-
lying right now.
so-
You're saying that Chuck and Nanette left because of.
He did not say that.
I didn't
Well,
say that.
He did
and
not
then you're
say that.
saying that her term.
So
didn't
we-
expire, but
we
you
have-
documents saying they did.
We have a scenario where our museum trustee and our paid employee, our curator, are not having a good enough working relationship where they cannot be in the building together at the same time. And when we have a city employee that we pay to do all those things, we need to respect them and their, their leadership in that role. And just like Nicole said, our job is not to go in there and take over those things. Our job is to support as best as possible, strengthen, build those relationships.
So the board members that have resigned from, let's just say, the museum board, when they resigned, did they say strictly because of a council member being on that board?
Some, yes.
Donna and Darla for sure.
But you don't
like
have
I
that
said,
from the
they're-
library.
They're 4-year terms and I can provide the documents.
I've done nothing but support.
And I
them.
never asked them.
Mr. Mayor, I have a question. Is this going to be a unanimous vote of all the board members, or is it going to be a majority vote?
It would be a majority vote.
Is there more discussion on this? I'd like to go home. If it's
Yep,
the,
so-
if it's
no,
the
yeah, we
desire
don't
of,
have to, so I'd look for action here.
I move that this fails. I move that we do not pass this.
Okay, JR?
I think what we need is a little oil on the waters. Okay, I think everybody needs to take a deep breath and calm down. Let me tell you about two commissions that you've appointed that I think work really well. And that's the Swimming Pool Commission and the Arts Commission. They work together well. They do you proud. So it isn't all growl and bite and whatever, okay? So everybody take a deep breath. Thank you.
Absolutely, and thanks for pointing that out, and that's kind of exactly why we're here. We're not doing a board shuffle just for annual housekeeping. We have had no negative feedback from the Arts Commission. We have had no negative feedback from the Pool Commission.
Cool, I'm
We
on
have
the
had
pool
no,
commission.
yeah, right. So we have had no negative feedback from the Planning Commission, or any other board. It's specific to Tree Board, Museum Board, Library Board.
But you also haven't been able to show me any negative feedback you've received from the library. Let's just be honest here. I'd like to see, I mean, this is Colorado and America, and we're supposed to stand up for our Constitution, correct?
Is the other person
proud
on
to
the
have-
library board?
Can I get a second? I made a motion that
Yep.
we denied.
Yep, motion fails due to lack of a second. So look for any other action.
I don't see how you even have the authority to write the memorandum. These are things that are
Right,
decided
so
annually.
I knew you would
We didn't
bring
jump
that
in
up.
here,
I
did
knew
we?
you would bring that up. So
There's
in
no
accordance
going against
with
rules.
municipal code 2-10-30,
We
You need
did.
to assign two different.
okay? So in the memo, I did reference that, just, for anybody's peace of mind.
So just if I could chime in here, yeah, I would agree from the code that, these are all advisory boards, so they typically serve at the pleasure of city council, and that there would have to be a vote to remove anybody from these boards. But one of the things I think that would make sense is if I would go through a vote for each of these actions rather than kind of collectively, unless there's some kind of agreement to do it all at once. But I think it would make sense to kind of go through each of these actions, the removal and then kind of the reappointment.
Dan, and on the agenda, we have them as two separate actions, so we will do that part in separate. Are you saying on the removal, we should do a separate vote for each member?
Yeah, I think so, because of the way the code is written. I mean, there needs to be a vote for each one of these for removal.
Okay, so we'll start at the top. First recommendation is remove Nanette Mosby from Golf Course Liaison. Look for any action there.
Does Nanette have anything to say about any of
Yeah,
this?
she asked for that board.
So I kind of echo what you were saying, Nicole, as far as um I I'm kind of open to whatever needs to be done. I still feel like I'm on a learning curve, so I feel any kind of exposure to anything at this point just kind of helps me out and kind of helps me to understand what exactly, as a council member, that I can do to contribute more to the community. So I'm open to the changes. I'm not trying to step on anybody's toes or um, dismiss any of the good things that have happened with other council members being in these positions. So I'm open to any changes.
Okay, so right now we're on the, at the top, so action on the first one.
Has anybody from the golf course asked for her removal?
No,
I vote keep her.
I'll second that. Keep her there.
okay, so this one would be, yeah, so not to remove. Okay, motion and a second, call the vote?
Barone,
Yes.
Mullins,
Yes.
Mosby, Mosby,
Yes.
Roberts,
Yes.
Martinez,
Yes.
Mayor Goudelet.
No,
And I would say that anybody who's actually being removed, well,
Or do we have to abstain?
um, yeah, let me think about that. I mean, there is a self, well, no, I think
That is a weird one.
yeah.
yeah, you know, looking at it, there's no financial conflict of interest in the. there's-
That's true. I don't know. That's exactly what I'm kind of mulling. So yeah, I think it's probably fine for whoever's being removed to actually vote because it is actually requiring a vote of city council. So and I don't think that there's a conflict of interest. There's no compensation for any of these positions, correct?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Compensation, somebody here gets compensation?
No, there's, yeah, there's no.
Okay. All right. Go ahead then.
Right, that motion passes, so Nanette will remain on the golf course as that liaison. We'll move on to the second one. Remove Nick Martinez from tree board. For action.
Didn't it? Tree board, yeah. I already resigned from the tree board. So that's.
So then.
I'll make a motion that
e-
we
easy.
officially remove Nick from the tree board
Can I second that?
position.
We have the motion from Roberts, second from Martinez. Call the vote?
Mullins,
Yes.
Mosby,
Yes.
Roberts,
Yes.
Martinez,
Yes.
Barone,
Yes.
Mayor Goudelet.
Yes. Okay.
Before the next vote, Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a comment about the library, not about the library, but the comment I have is that I'm on the Arts Commission. I attend their meetings. I've missed one or two over the time. But when I attend the meetings, I always offer, if you need help, call me. You know, for the weekend or whatever, they got something going. And I pretty much leave it open at that. And I vote on, you know, some of the issues we're talking about and listen there and take notes and that's my extent to the grant. I mean, or the art, you know, I pretty much let them, I'm just there and I offer my assistance if needed. And I do a lot of volunteering with Small Town Project, spend a lot of time over there. I also do the once a month with the Pet Food Pantry, but I have no desire to be on boards. You know, I've been asked it. I stay away from the boards. I just do the volunteer work. So that's the only comment I have on those there.
So this next one would be remove Nick Martinez from the library board. Look for action.
I make a motion that we keep Nick Martinez on the library board.
Can I second that one?
Yes.
Okay, call the vote?
Mullins,
Yes.
Mosby, Mosby,
Yes.
Yes.
Martinez,
Yes.
Barone,
Yes.
Mayor Goudelet.
No. Okay, so Nick Martinez will remain on the library board. Next one, remove Thomas Mullins from museum board.
I make a
Correct.
motion that we leave him on the museum board.
I'll second that.
Okay, call the vote there.
Mosby,
So I just would like to ask a question. I mean, I kind of heard the citizen that came up and had her complaints and um discussion about some issues that she had with the tree board. Sorry, not the tree board, but the museum board. Has there been a request for Thomas to no longer be on the board?
No, not from an active board member. One of the other one. Who's your other one right now?
Damian Ryan is not requested that I be. And I would say you've attended our meetings. I think it's been pretty cordial, and I think I've been fair with everyone in those meetings.
So my vote is yes.
Roberts,
No.
Martinez,
Yes.
Barone,
The question again was he remains on the board?
Yes.
I'm sorry, but from what I heard, I understand she's no longer on the board, but there's a conflict. I'm sorry. I know you've done a lot for the board. I'd like to see you stay, but I mean,
What conflict?
well, everything.
Oh,
she
you
brought
mean,
up there with
you mean
the-
she's upset?
Well, she's upset, yeah, but I mean, then
Yeah.
they've had a couple of changes there and it seems like there's some concerns and I mean,
You're making a decision with no evidence. If that's the way you're gonna vote.
her verbal,
Well, just, you can vote on that. I mean.
I'll go no.
Mullins,
Yes.
Mayor Goudelet.
No.
3-3.
Okay, motion fails due to a tie. Look for other action.
I make a motion to remove Thomas Mullins from the museum board.
Second.
Call the vote.
Roberts,
Yes.
Martinez,
No.
Barone,
Yes.
Mullins,
No.
Mosby,
Yes.
Mayor Goudelet.
Yes. Okay, what do we have? That motion passes 4-2. So Thomas Mullins is removed from the museum board. That concludes that item. We'll move on to agenda item 11.2, and that's the appointment of trustees liaisons. And note that we have my council my memo, and then we also have 3 recommendations that Tom has sent over. So open this one up for discussion.
The
And
packet,
then there will be changes here with, since we don't have as many openings.
we don't. There should be an additional opening because I'm not
No,
there.
he's saying these will not all be accurate.
Oh,
They won't all change because they didn't all open.
Well, Nanette stayed with the
Nanette
golf course.
stayed on the golf course.
Does she want the library also or?
Well, I'm there.
and Nick-
He's still on the
Some
library. That
library
didn't
also,
get,
so that kinda- That's,
so really someone needs to be appointed to the museum board and someone needs to be appointed to the tree board.
and you already said you want the tree board?
I said I would take it.
You said-
I didn't say I did not say I wanted it. I said I would do it. Again, I have tea on my plate.
And then remember, we will have 3 others for museum. So Jennifer Johnson, Charles Maxwell, and Rick Long.
we're looking for action here.
Yes.
I make a motion that we approve the appointments.
The 3 that you suggested to
2.
the museum?
Oh,
The
Oh,
3 from the museum, correct?
All the.
hold on.
Well, but we
Two different
can't.
things. There's a list of council people that need to be appointed to different boards, which there's two of them.
We appoint the 3 that I submitted for the museum.
Yeah, there we go.
I second that.
Okay, call that vote. So that's Jennifer Johnson, Charles Maxwell, and Rick Long to museum board.
Museum board.
That was, motion by Mullen, second by Martinez.
Yes. Yes.
Martinez,
Yes.
Barone,
Yes.
Mullins,
Yes.
Can we motion here?
So it's Jennifer Johnson, Charles Maxwell, and Rick Long to the museum board, and these would have been a follow-up email that Michelle sent over from Thomas.
Okay, yes.
Not on the
My
minutes.
vote is yes.
Robert,
Yes.
Mayor Gudele.
Yes. Okay, so the other 2 on the memo that are still relevant would be appoint me to museum board and appoint Nicole to tree board. So look for action on those.
I'll make a motion to, can we do them together?
I would do them separately, just so we have a record.
Promise to yourself. I'm not here to listen to your smart ass replies. No, be man
Guys.
to accept what happened.
Guys, let's bring it back to order.
I am man enough.
So have a manly conversation outside of
Let's
here.
Sit down. Okay. Okay, thank you.
Can we motion these together? Or do we need to do them individual? Okay,
I-
I'll make a motion to appoint Dwayne to the museum board and myself to the tree board. Unless someone else wants to go to the museum.
Okay, we have the motion from Robert, second from Barone. Call the vote?
Do we wait for Mullen to come back?
No.
So is that an abstention then, or just an absence?
Do we have to wait for him to come back, Dan?
I mean, is he planning to come back?
I think
He
he's
said he
taking a
was
breather, is all we
stepping
know.
out.
Okay,
If I.
yeah.
Surrender.
Well,
my word, then
well,
I ask he's coming back. Because I really need to go grab a drink.
The attorney's stuttering like stupid. Call recess, dummies. That's what a professional would do there, Dwayne. Come on. What a circus we got going here, guys.
He'll point himself to the museum wood now, ain't it?
It's got to be in control of the history, John. My man Newsweek's
Still gotta
always-
find out how much he's getting for writing those grants.
the man Newsweek's holding it down over there.
For anyone following along on Zoom or live stream, we are taking a brief recess.
They're reporting sound issues.
Yep, it sure was. Some sound issues. Volume's low. It kept cutting in and out.
Keep muting.
Well, we got the news weasel there. And he's got our back, so. We'll see a recording in about 5 days of the meeting, you know. It works faster than Joe Cool. What the hell do you think, Lori?
I don't know about you, but I don't think he's coming back.
Oh, he's coming back.
He's a bitch. I mean, if he says stuff that's inappropriate, which seems to be a pattern for him, then yeah, he's not a good liaison for that position. He just isn't. If things have been misinterpreted, then okay, maybe he needs to be moved off of that particular board and move somewhere else. When he's challenging the authority of people that actually know what is valuable as a museum piece versus what isn't. Or he's trying to make radical changes when he's supposed to be a liaison. That's not what they're looking for. They didn't say, hey, come on over here and restructure this whole thing that we've been doing for the last 45, 50 years or whatever. I don't know
Yeah,
how long
I would just note the absence and then, yeah, I think you can then put it to the vote. Yeah, let's do that.
I'm gonna withdraw my motion and
Damn.
redo it, I guess.
Yeah, just I think
Having a
separating them
fit.
is a smarter idea.
I'm just gonna separate them.
It's
Who
the shit
seconded
that
my
gives you
motion?
a
Was it Robert?
headache. God dang.
You seconded my motion. Do
sure.
Would you like to withdraw your second? Okay.
And then I'd make a motion that we appoint Nicole to the tree board. We can get that one out the way.
Okay, does somebody else want to second it, or I'll second it myself? Susan also has something to say.
I second.
Okay, we'll do the second to Mosby.
Okay.
We have a motion and a second, called vote.
Yes. So it's kind of hard to hear.
Just calling your name for vote. So Nicole.
Okay. Yeah, the volume is, I don't know, it just kind of changed and everybody just went really low, so it's kind of hard to hear. So I apologize. Wait, my vote, yes.
I had that problem when I was on Zoom last week too. Like the volume is very inconsistent.
Mhm. Get
Yes.
that girl.
Yes.
Get her. Mm. Ow.
Yes. Okay, so
Don't ow me.
appointed to tree board.
You're not very good with knowing how to use your claws. Ow. Ow.
If you'd come up to the front, please.
Yeah, see, now you're stuck in my shirt. You're stuck in my shirt now. Mhm. You're stuck in my shirt. You're stuck in my shirt. Shitty kid. Oh, shitty.
Be on were ones that had to do with finances. And I was only on, for those 4 years, I was only on the planning commission and the volunteer fire, because those have to do with finances.
And Opie, weren't you? You did the Opie Oakley too, didn't you?
I was temporary for Opie Oakley when we were
Oh, that's
lost
my
the-
mom did that board, didn't she? I
Yeah.
think most of that time. Okay.
So, but that was finances as well,
Yes.
not for the city. So, I mean, you can do what you want, but I don't know where that came from. I don't know whether it was a CML thing. I don't know whether I don't know where it came from, but for 4 years, that's what I abided by.
So I can touch on where that came from. So on those boards, those are specifically in our municipal code, and it tells you what the composition of the board should be, and it tells you that one member must be the mayor. So pension board, planning commission, those ones, one member must be the mayor. Planning commission also says one member must be mayor, one member must be another one of the council members. And
Okay.
then the other three have to be citizens within city limits. None of our other boards specify that you have to live within city limits. Planning commission's the only one. So those are outlined in our municipal code.
Okay, so that solves that. But I felt like my council needed to be taking care of the other ones because I was sitting on the financials.
I understand that point of view. I mean, it makes sense that not to put everything on top of the mayor. I mean, you do have a lot of things going on. But Nanette, are you willing to sit back on the museum board? Or
Yeah, I have a lot on my plate too, so.
and museum board is one that does have a time
Yeah,
requirement with it. You know, it does that.
yeah, I have a lot on my plate too.
Councilperson liaison.
Well, and I think all of our, at some point in time, all of our boards need to have a volunteer addendum,
Well, yeah,
just because that's part of what keeps our town running.
I wish my board,
The Arts Commission.
I love my board, but I wish they came and hung out more. Did more things with me at the office. Pertaining to this, absolutely. Come on up.
Yeah, don't come up here and be like, why is the sky blue?
But you can ask us all about the boards.
So if I'm understanding this correctly, the reason for this whole agenda or calling to actions was because of people's feelings and their complaints. There was no actually policy violations or insubordination. Am I understanding that correctly? This was all solely brought to the board because of people's feelings?
You could say that, but what this is it's working relationships. So that is outlined in our board responsibilities that we all signed. So we need to do our best to build relationships and strengthen those in all the boards that we sit on, and all the other really the interactions that we have representing the city.
So moving forward, we could expect that if more people call and complain or have their feelings hurt because of words, that we can lose these board members in the future? If I'm understanding tonight's.
We're open to all feedback.
But those complaints came directly from people at those places, not
So
random citizens.
Yep.
Does that
Mr.
make more
Budnick-
sense?
Mr. Budnick,
I was just trying to understand that tonight's, the cause for these people to be brought and all this motions and these questions is just because of complaints of people's feelings, I guess. Thank you.
thank you. All right, look for action on this one.
I don't think that appointing Dwayne to the museum board is a good idea. It's pretty public, apparent that everybody knows that you and Thomas have had issues, and whether that removal is justified or not to anybody's mind, you taking that position could be seen by the public as direct retaliation with you. And I'm just saying that from the public's view, it's probably a smart idea that somebody else take the museum.
Can we leave it open for the vacant seat?
We could, I think that would be great. But for continuity, even if just unofficially, I'm happy to go over there and support Rob until that board is, now there's 4 members. So yeah, I'm happy to support them until we have another person seated at least April 28th, and then be able to assign and get that handed over.
Because how often are those meetings over there?
They meet monthly.
So you would basically go to the next meeting to represent city council, and then we would plan to appoint whoever, hopefully whoever we appoint on the 28th would then,
That would be their first.
that would be their board. I'm
okay with that.
Then I make a motion that we table the appointment of the museum board liaison and Mr. Mayor will attend in the interim.
Okay, we have the motion from Roberts, second from Martinez. Call the vote.
Mosby,
Yes.
Roberts,
Yes.
Martinez,
Yes.
Barone,
Yes.
Mayor Goudelet.
Yes. All right. That concludes our new business. We'll move on to city manager report. Yep. And Dan, we're all done for the night on any of our legal questions. You have a good evening.
Okay, have a good night.
Did we put Mr. Mullins on the golf course? Is that?
No, because we didn't remove Nanette.
Oh, okay, that's what she's taking.
Stacy, you're up.
March 12th, I met with Dr. Snyder from the Rocky Ford School District regarding Washington and Jefferson school grounds. They've been installing new irrigation along the 11th Street frontage. They're reseeding it with natural grass, not like the nice playground grass. At that time, he told me they were going to remove the playground equipment at Washington due to insurance reasons. It's done.
It's gone.
It's gone.
I watched it drive by.
I know where some of it's at.
It's not in my yard.
They will be adding fencing back to the Burrell side, on Burrell Avenue on the Jefferson side.
Did you say natural grass and not like green,
Native.
like, so it's not going to be fun grass. It's going to be
Bermuda
It's
and
what's
stickers.
up at the school now.
grass. Okay.
I also met with Sally Cope and Darren Garcia to walk through the terms relating to the year-round MOU and lease, and then we actually met with them at work session. Following that, the 16th, I attended the Rocky Ford Rural Fire Protection District monthly meeting. The 19th, the mayor and I met with, and Sally Cope met with the Colorado Preservation Inc. about the Adobe Stalls project. I know Mayor has more to add to that in his report, but we discussed a workshop to repurpose the Adobe bricks from the deteriorating section of the stalls, which is to the south. Roofing repairs identified as a priority, and volunteers will be needed for the workshop. That date is to be determined at no cost to the city. The project will be fully funded by Colorado Preservation Inc. On Saturday, the 21st, Councilman Martinez and I put on a small yard sale at the library. Items for sale were bookshelves, bookends, racks, tables, chairs, monitors, keyboards, seasonal decorations, looking to clear out that conference room to make it more functional and an inviting space. We did already move the cafeteria tables in that was donated by the school. The tables they will be more easily able to store because they fold up, and adding more chairs and that are stackable.
How'd your yard sale go?
Not well. We'll do another one probably in June once the after-school programs.
Better advertising.
We were wanting the new library director to be there, but she was at state wrestling with her daughter. So, and then I wanted to note that on Thursday, the 26th, there's a regional recovery symposium. It's hosted at the public safety building. It's a disaster recovery training for emergency managers and local officials. Foundational recovery topics designed to strengthen preparedness across Colorado. And I want to thank our public safety leadership team for hosting and supporting these regional collaborations. I don't know if you want to give the update of Fowler PD. This is not on the report, but just a development today.
So as part of the direction from City Council on selling assets that we no longer lead, the Fowler Police Department communicated that they had a need for some vehicles. They came out today and checked out a couple of our vehicles and are interested in purchasing one of our Tahoes and one of our Chargers for the price of $12,000 for both. So they're interested in that. They have a city council meeting on April 9th to see if that is going to be approved, pending our current city council's approval of the sale. Both vehicles would be sold to them fully equipped, minus the radios, which we would be keeping as we would find a place for those radios. But that would help our community, and it would also help that community as well.
And note on this one, we've received an offer from another governmental agency, another law enforcement agency. If these ones were put up for public sale, they would have to be
Yeah, they would have
deactivated.
to be decommissioned as police vehicles. The emergency lights and sirens and all of that stuff would need to be taken out prior to public sale. That would cost time, energy, effort to be able to do that, to make it available to the public. Plus,
Is it just me, or is the audio just like nothing?
It's horrible, Josh.
Keeps dropping out.
And then when they go to that one council one that's on Zoom, if you have to turn up your volume because you can't hear anybody else, then she blows out my eardrums because I'm wearing earphones. Stupid.
So I have not heard from Blue Book, but I can absolutely do that and bring that back for our next.
Just out of curiosity.
And if we could.
I can't even hear him. I have closed caption, but I'm a delay.
It's trash.
Um, we'd be looking at doing-
Imagine being a council member sitting up there on the board and trying to hear this shit.
Be pretty close.
Can we just
especially
approve
with
it
the
now?
law
We've never had to
enforcement
approve when they get rid of the fire department.
Some of these vehicles.
Because Nanette Mosby can hear it as good as we can. And then she's supposed to make educated decisions on this shit.
Is it any kind of legal because they weren't up for bid?
Well, it's intergovernmental, so it shouldn't hit our.
And that's the
purchasing
thing, if
policy.
we put them up for bid, like they said, we have to complete.
Is
Take 'em.
is there ramification because we don't put them up for bid?
Yeah,
I
are
mean,
we
does it
good?
go against our
Does it go
policy?
against our purchasing policy if it's intergovernmental? I'm hoping it's.
I'm gonna try something here. Hold on.
Does it go
Oh, yeah.
being intergovernmental like that?
Gonna try something.
Well, our
Watch
purchasing
out.
policy gives discretion. So, you know, we do want to do.
No.
everything and put it up.
The same on Facebook.
I know, I just want to make sure we're clear with what.
Right,
No,
but we can also
agreed.
look at the factors and consider other factors. So that's always there. But yeah, it wasn't on the agenda. This is just coming up. We heard, you know, I heard about this a couple hours ago. You heard about this right
Yeah.
now. So yeah, we'd want to bring this back as a special meeting.
And just on that same kind of note, if our purchasing policy is got any question to it, maybe we can have Dan or I can look at it. Maybe we need to add an addendum that says intergovernmental stuff with our PD or our fire when we're helping another, that's okay without having to go through,
The bid process.
you know what I mean? Because I don't want to have to tie something up because our purchasing policy says to do something this way when it's helping out a fellow off, department. So.
All right, so we'll kind of work with you, Chief and Stacy, and look for a date that works, and then yeah, I guess maybe if you could pull some Blue Book value on
Be
those
happy
two
to.
vehicles.
But a tentative, yes, please.
Since we're talking about IGZA's and purchasing policies and stuff, I would like to state, let the city council know that the city of La Junta Police Department did donate a bicycle to the police.
Oh man.
A official Rocky Ford Police Department bicycle.
Thank you.
Not
Just
just yours.
garbage.
I think that's important because, man, I'll tell you what a better way to police and get down the community than
Right.
get on a bicycle.
Mhm.
And it has lights.
And it does have lights and sirens pursuant to our policies in Colorado state law.
And I thank you for the example that you're setting to the youth out there wearing your proper protective equipment.
Even though people laugh at me for my goofy looking helmet, I
That's
wear
okay.
it because it's the right thing to do.
I'd rather you wear
Thank
that
you.
helmet and look a little goofy than we have to scrape your brains off the pavement.
I
So.
concur.
Yes.
And it's great you're doing that because you get a lot better contact with the community, with the citizens than you do driving by in a vehicle.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Just no drag racing the kids down Main Street, okay?
Also, if you're a business, don't leave your door open and your sign saying closed, or he's gonna come see you. I was in a hurry.
We're trying to keep an eye on our community.
And I
24/7.
appreciate that. Yeah, I was in a
First
hurry
warning's
one
free.
day. I left the door open and it still said I was closed. And he's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Sure." Is that why? That's the only reason he stopped by. So I appreciated
It is great that he
the
stops
keeping
by.
an eye out.
All right, thank you, Chief. So yeah, be on the lookout. We'll be posting a special meeting soon.
Any questions?
Anything on city manager report?
Good job.
All right, we'll move on to council reports. Councilman Martinez.
Obviously, we've heard before, I've been busy, but I'd like to invite everybody to check out the library. I mean, we've seen some changes. We're gonna see some more. Just simple things, cleaning up, purging some of that surplus stuff. That room, it's amazing. We have more seating than we had in there before, and yet it seems like we have almost twice the amount of space just by removing some of the stuff that was in there. I'm sure your people were in there the past couple of days and saw the difference. We've moved some books around. We've got some bookends back on the shelves that originally went with them. We need people on that library board. If you're interested, get a hold of Stacy, get a hold of Sonia over at the library, or myself. I can put you in touch with either of them. We've got some fun stuff, I hope, that's coming in the summer, and some programs that we're going to revive that we've had in the past. I know Sonia's on on top of some things right now, and I think that we just need to keep moving forward. That's all I got this week.
All right, Arts Commission, we did have a meeting on March 17th at the Grand. All the meetings with our commissioner at the Grand at 6 p.m. Our next one will be on April the 21st at 6 p.m. at the Grand. Some of the things discussed was recently had some vandalism done to the handicap toilets. Just throwing a bunch of paper towels, everything flooding the place, I guess. So if you have your kids going, please remind them to be respectful. Also had some vandalism on the outside of the building, the marquee and the front door, windows, everything with the TP, eggs were thrown at them, everything. Just kids misbehaving, you know, I mean, but still, you know, just please, if you have kids that are on the ball, let them know that anytime they go and do stuff like that, it costs money to clean up, fix up. They also discussed about offering punch cards, 5 passes for $25, which is a $5 per visit per show. You can use it one at a time or multiple if you take a family. The 5 will be $25. You can buy a book or like a gift card set up, 10 for $50. A little reward with those with the 25, if I remember correctly, there's gonna be a free soda. And if you do the $50 one, you get a free soda and a free popcorn, if I remember correctly how we worked it out. So, and your card will be good for 1 year. So we're working on that. They also discussed combining the orders of snacks and drinks with the pool to try to get better prices on the commodities. So they're gonna be doing that. They're in the process of trying to get the electric easel or electric bulletin poster board to show an upcoming movies inside the lobby. Looking to do that in the lobby for upcoming shows. On May the 7th, the Lower Arkansas Valley Water Conservative District will have an event. I guess we're gonna have snacks. I'm not sure if they're gonna be showing a movie. Last year, they showed Marisol or Mirasol, so about the water with the valley. So on May the 7th, they'll be doing probably something similar, have some snacks. So also this fall, it was discussed, the Las Animas School District would like to have a show or to show something for the kids and it'd be open to the public also. My understanding it'd be free, so that'd be later in the fall. They had some money that they need to spend, so they wanted to share it with Rocky Ford. So thank you, Las Animas. Also, the Ark Valley Casa, I'm not sure what that is, but they're interested in renting of the theater for some event that they're gonna be having. Past shows were Hopper. Hopper did really well over the weekend. On the second weekend, they had about 400. And it was the first week, I'm not sure what they did show, but it was there for 2 weeks. On April the 3rd, they'll be showing Super Mario Galaxy for 2 weeks. That's a new release. So that's gonna be coming up on this Friday, next Friday, the 3rd. And also their webpage, the Rocky Ford Theater has a webpage. It is up and running. It'll be rockyfordtheater.com. And I guess when you go into there, it might be slow or something, but I haven't tried it myself yet, but rockyfordtheater.com, you can go in there, you can see what's coming up, shows, what's presently showing. Also, any kind of old video or posters going back to 1990 or so for movies that have been shown, or even some that weren't shown, but we have posters, are gonna be put on the webpage. You can go in there, see if there's a movie poster that you would like to purchase. And they're also gonna discuss and possibly displaying 1 or 2 posters in the lobby area that'll be up for sale. So as you're going to the show, you can see what's there. So if you're a movie poster enthusiast, got a bunch of posters there. You can support the theater by buying ads. Rent the theater. I'm sorry. You can rent the theater. You can rent a movie, sponsor a movie. They buy snacks to eat in or take out. You purchase the old posters, or just make donations. You know. That's about it for now. So just remember, next meeting, April 21st, 6 p.m. at the Grand. We do have one opening for the board. I think there's a couple other openings, or just the one on the board. One on the board.
And they're very friendly. They let me show up occasionally.
There you go.
Hey, question on the ads. Can we get whatever the form is to get an ad on our Facebook or on our website for Rocky Ford? So somebody can fill it out or print it? because I personally have found it hard to figure out what it costs to put an ad without having to go in and bother somebody. And well, and because they're all volunteers, the only time they're there is when they're busy.
Just go see Mike at the bank.
Well, but again, Mike's at the bank, he's working. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
if we can get any of that accessible online, let's do
If
it.
it's something
Agreed,
online,
but
then
yeah.
we should, make it a little bit easier.
I finally got all mine on the forms on the bank, on the website.
Because, I think it's a great thing that we offer advertising on our screen and there's more people would like to utilize that.
And it's not that expensive. I can't
No,
remember
it's dirt
what it
cheap.
was. Starts like $15 or something if I remember.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. But I'll look into that. Thank you.
Nanette,
I don't have anything to report.
Nicole,
So mainly the thing we're working on right now over at the chamber is getting ready for the Easter community Easter egg hunt. That's coming up on April 4th. That is a joint effort between the Rocky Ford Police Department, Rocky Ford Fire Department, Dispatch Communication Center, and the chamber. We're going to join together and do it all. It will be at 2 different locations this year. We're not going to be at Babcock Park. We're moving everything down into town. We will have 2 older age groups starting at 10 a.m. at Washington and Jefferson. They'll be split in the 2 different fields. At 10:15, we'll do the younger 2 age groups at Library Park. And the chamber will be serving breakfast for $5 a plate. There will be a golden egg for each age group. And the prizes for those golden eggs are going to include things to do stuff around town. A theater pack, you'll get to choose. Whoever wins, you get to choose which one you'd like. From like a theater pack, a pool pass, or like rec sports registration. So we're going to do things, we're going to give your kids things that get them to do things within the community. So hopefully everybody's able to come out and do that. We did do the split time in case you have kids in the older age groups and the younger age groups so that you could shuffle back and forth between the 2. Also that evening, we will have a dance at the Gobin building from 8 to 1. I'm going to ask Dwayne to read the name of this band because I don't want to butcher it.
oh, that's not bad. Hermanos Portillo. So it's kind of like, I don't know.
And there's a female lead singer in this band. And the tickets are going to be $25 at the door. Keep in mind, I don't set those prices. Those prices are set by the bands that we bring in. So it kind of just depends on what the band charges as to what we're going to be charging at the door. So this one apparently is a little more expensive. So the price to get in the door is a little more expensive. But we will have, we usually have a food vendor cooking in the kitchen, and we'll have the bar open. So come by and check it out. The only other thing I've got going on is April 1st will be our April Rocky Free Kitchen meal from 5 to 7 p.m. in the baggage room. This month we will be serving a Southwest chicken bowl that will come with all the fixins, rice, beans, chicken, and all the little toppings and stuff like that. For dessert will be banana pudding topped with vanilla wafers and homemade whipped cream. So thank you to V Montoya. Thank you to Isaiah Cordova, Jane Wheeler. Those are our board members. My husband and I also sit on that board. And thank you to everyone that has come out and helped us. CCOM has donated lately to give us for a couple of meals. HomeSync Security has donated recently. And of course, the chamber donates the space. So if you are looking for a time to volunteer and you don't really want to commit yourself to a board or something, stop by on a Wednesday, first Wednesday of every month, and we can find you something to do. My last plug is that the chamber does have one board seat open. We are not as desperate as everybody else. So I guess go to the other boards first, but we'd still take you. And we meet every 3rd Thursday at 6:30 unless something's going on, like last week was spring break. So we're meeting this Thursday. So that's all I got.
Thank you. All right, I'll try to breeze through mine. March 12th, did a tour of the new Osborne apartments. So, Valleywide does the on-site management. They do services over there. So with Valleywide and then the Yeehaw group under the health department, went over there and just kind of did a tour of the place. I know, I think they said they had two of the 2 bedrooms open at that time. So I was able to look inside one of the 2 bedrooms, and they're nice. They come furnished, and looks good over there. So I was really happy, kind of noted in here to see numerous, I don't know how many, probably 10 different people that, are locals. So I think that's great. I know that was a big concern. So, seeing that we do have people from Rocky Ford, and then kind of extending into like Otero County in the valley, that housing is supporting the need here in our area.
And you said there's a couple empty units right now?
That was, I guess, 2 weeks ago, there was 2 of the 2 bedrooms.
Okay, but that was
available.
it?
Mhm.
Awesome.
March 13th, attended the ribbon cutting ceremony for Boss's Pizza, Chicken and Sports Bar on Main Street. So if you haven't been over there, go check them out. They have late hours, so I think that fills a huge gap that we've had here. So having somewhere to go and dine later in the evening. And thank you to First National Bank of Colorado for sponsoring that grand opening. They did kind of purchased pizzas for all the attendees there. March 16th, had the OP Oakley meetings, just general action there. So approved the financials, got the monthly reports. Nothing on the OP side. There were no action items there. March 19th, along with Stacy and Sally, we met with Katie Peterson from the Colorado Preservation Inc. To discuss funding opportunities for a workshop to rehabilitate the Adobe stalls at the fairgrounds. So what it'll look like is a 2-day workshop in May or June, said to get our hands dirty and repair damaged stalls. So there is a kind of an Adobe expert who's coming out. I don't know if he's came out this week or if he's going to be coming out soon. He's going to be passing through Rocky Ford. He's going to take a look, kind of do an assessment, put a game plan together, and then in either May or June, we'll have that 2-day workshop. And what it'll be is trying to look at reclaiming some of the Adobe bricks to bring some of the stalls back to 100% usability, looking at the roofing and all of that there.
But
So
not a day of making bricks, because that
yeah,
is
not,
a process.
yeah, this one, we asked about that. This one isn't going to be making bricks. So for this, we'll be trying to reclaim bricks from some of the stalls that are a little farther gone. But when we do get that date, it'll be shared far and wide, and let's get over there and help repair those. It sounded like, I've heard of that last time, and it kind of seemed like it was just a few years ago, but it was really in 2007. So it's been a long time, and it'd be great to almost 20 years later to do something similar again. I'd note on here March 24th, but that was I think we're scheduled for March 30th, 31st, 30th to meet for the kickoff call with the Thriving Communities Grant. So we'll be working with Stantec for technical assistance and the assessment. So be joining that with Stacy and Rick Long. Have CML Executive Board March 27th. And then this will come up before our next meeting. So I wanted to note CDS will be hosting a community baby shower. That'll be over at the fairgrounds at the event center. It'll be from 2 to 6 p.m. And there will be some of the community partners there, some of the different organizations that provide services to mothers or expecting mothers or those with young families. So get out there. I think this will be the 3rd year. I think the first year was at the Gobin, last year was at Otero College, and then back here at the fairgrounds. And then updates, Circle K development, they received general approval with those design changes we all talked about last time. So that's moving forward with CDOT. Met with an entrepreneur who is working on something just so big and grand. It's amazing. And I know he did ask to at some point come and talk to council, but he's working on plans for a community energy project for southeastern Colorado. It would be a biomass power plant in Lahana that will generate approximately 30 megawatts of electricity, enough to serve combined needs of up to 17 communities across southeastern Colorado. So just he has you know, the report and proposal together. It's, you know, it is so interesting just kind of hearing and I think we talked for about 30 minutes, but in that time, you know, just kind of crammed so much of the technology and all of that. But again, this is in Lahana that he'll be planning this, but it does have, you know, potential if it, you know, if it were to turn into something that, you know, could possibly be another option for us. So yeah, I know he was, you know, he's focusing over there, but, you know, I think he's kind of making his way around some of the towns, just letting them know that he's working on this. And then finally, several discussions about concerns on the different boards. That's all I have on my report. Any questions? As always, anything comes up, just shoot me an email, let me know.
Did Michelle turn the heat on?
Mr. Mayor, I'd just like to apologize to the community, everybody here, for my little outburst earlier with Mr. Mullins. It was uncalled for me. I should have just kept my mouth shut, so I'm sorry. Should do better.
Thank you, Councilman.
Sorry.
That's it for council reports. We'll open it up for
That's it. As long as you're sorry, it's all that matters.
audience first. Flip to Zoom.
Bunch of sorries. Sorry this went on for 3.5 hours.
We will have a work session on Tuesday, March 31st from 2 to 4 p.m. And we will have our next regular meeting on Tuesday, April 14th, 6 p.m. No other business. Call meeting adjourned, 8:30 p.m.
All
Recording
right.
stopped.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Right. What a goddamn shit show.
Yeah.
Are we work session?
Shit show, circus, all the aboves. All the aboves. 3.5 hours, over 3.5 hours, 3 hours and 40 minutes. Fuck. Well, we can just speculate what happened at Aguilar's meeting. We can speculate what was said in Rocky Forge. So, couldn't really hear it. The volume sucked. It just kept seeming to get weaker and weaker and weaker.
Have you guys done a core request on how many meetings they have failed to have in Aguilar and how many meetings they have failed to provide Zoom coverage for?
No, Lori, I reached out to a couple people who were attending the meeting tonight. Zoom was opened up, but it just wasn't opened up for us.
Oh, that's nice.
A certain reporter from the World Journal happened to get into the Zoom meeting, but the rest of us couldn't.
Unbelievable. Well, no, it's not unbelievable. It's completely believable.
Yeah, that's all good. It just leaves us more room to speculate.
Right.
So I'm going to speculate they got a new code enforcement and a new marshal. And everybody better comply or else. That's what I'm going to speculate. So.
Okay.
All right, guys. Well, I appreciate everybody stopping in, hanging out. We'll have to do this again sometime soon. It's so fun. Right? I mean, we should do this every day.
I had fun. I don't know about anybody else.
Yeah.
I had fun.
Either way.
Good job.
Yeah, check the mic. 1, 2, hear the flow supreme. This ain't a dream, it's the Constitution scheme. 7 articles laid the groundwork, no fakes, no fiction. But the people cried, where's the specific conviction? So James Madison stepped up, pen game was strong, said, we'll add the rights, that's where we belong. The Bill of Fates, Amendments 1 to 10, that's the start. The OG guarantee, straight from the heart. Let's get it right now with Amendment Uno. Religion, speech, press, assembly. Yeah, you know, petition the government. Air out your grievances, say what you want unless you're causing serious deviations. True threats, Amendment 2, it's not for show, it's the right to bear arms. Militia needs protection, keep the nation safe from harms. The 3rd Amendment is the peace treaty for the crib. No force quartering the soldiers, get that on the rib. Number 4, police pull up, that's the search is easy. Stop, need a warrant, gotta have probable cause or that bus is a fly. 5th Amendment hits hard, that's the due process chain. Grand jury for serious crime or you walk in the rain. No double jeopardy, can't try you twice, that's a fact. And I plead the 5th, cause I'm not turning my back.
Knowledge is power.
Yeah.